Summer on the beat, oh get up and shake your cheeks.
Hello and welcome to The Middle is Open. Abel Carrillo here, along with Patrick Espeline.
Oh, what's up? It's me first.
Anthony Espeline.
What's up, everybody?
And of course, Peter Carrillo.
Good to be back.
Good to be back.
To be back.
I mean, it is. I know, right? When's the last time we
Yeah.
recorded? Does anybody remember?
3 weeks ago.
Not even like a month and a half. Anyways, we're recording our first episode here in the brand new studio, courtesy of Anthony Espeline.
Oh yeah. Can we
Anthony,
get some claps?
yeah, like let's hear the round of applause.
Applause.
Cause like I'm barely getting guys. I don't know the hotkeys.
We'll just do it manually.
Damn.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. Sorry about that.
Delay, slight delay.
It takes him like 30
The wrong
seconds to
button.
find it, and then he just cuts it after one. And then
You know what I hate about video editors? And then it just cuts straight to it.
nah, but we got a new studio. Anthony, how long did it take you to put this studio together?
It did take a while. You know me. I'm
Yeah.
like kind of anal about where stuff goes and everything. So it took a little while, but a couple of days. But I was able to get everything from the old studio here. So
Yeah, I mean it looks great, man. Honestly.
I like the ambiance of this place, to be honest.
Ooh, I'm beyond.
We came in.
Is it good
immediately
feng
just
shui?
Started talking. and just
Good. Wait,
bullshit.
good what?
feng shui.
God,
I like
see,
that.
Anthony drops big word right after he heard Pat say ambiance. He's
Yeah.
like, no, fuck no. I'm
It's
the one
feng
with the
shui,
big words.
And
man.
then I'm over here like looking up what they mean.
On Urban Dictionary.
I
No,
like
but-
the little light setup.
I
little,
mean,
little lights are.
yeah,
They're kind of bright.
I mean, those are pretty big. Those
Those
could
are-
light up the fucking Sun Bowl.
That's what the fucking Dallas Cowboys use and shit.
Dude, I was reminiscing on our old studios and it just adds to it now.
Yeah.
Like we've literally just
This is studio
Just
number
keep-
10.
Studio 10, baby.
No, but yeah, this is really good. Hardwood floors, right, Anthony?
Anthony's
Yes.
new house. That's where we're
Yeah.
at. Shout out Anthony.
Yeah, they turned this into like a little gaming room a little bit, and you know, now with the podcast and everything, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna. I moved the computer room to my bedroom and then
Yeah.
turned this in the studio.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
sorry, Amber. The game room is now our bedroom.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa,
like,
whoa.
Sorry.
I hadn't been here, and when I walked in, I was like, man, this got a
I like
it's nice little vibe going, like the whole studio, the whole house. You got the pool table downstairs. But then
the original.
the
pool table.
one thing that really surprised me was when I went to the restroom. You got like this hose connected to your toilet. Can you explain what that is, Anthony?
That was here when we got here. I'm not too sure what the hell it is. I don't know if you
That-
need some extra.
Yeah, is that to like clean your booty?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's to clean the bowl. I'm hoping that's what it is and not your ass. But yeah, I don't know.
Wait, what
you
the
haven't
fuck?
tried it out yet,
No, I have not
he
tried it out.
strays
yet.
away from it.
dude?
He doesn't use that bathroom.
Like, you guys didn't see it?
No.
No.
All right,
just
so
wondered-
Did you try it, Abel?
no, I was gonna try it, but I didn't need it to
He
dump.
was all drinking out of it.
Don't drink out of
Is this
it.
a water fountain in your
It's like
toilet?
kids don't drink out of the hose anymore.
You don't drink out the toilet, bro?
Yeah, like, no. So when you guys use the restroom, there's like this hose, and I'm assuming it's to like clean your booty.
It's like a
Nalgas?
bidet.
Yeah,
No, I didn't see
it's
that.
pretty sick.
Like self-cleaning? Or
I guess I don't know. I don't know how it
You,
works.
you know, you need a pressure washer
I gotta go
sometimes.
see
You
it right
know?
now.
Yeah.
Is it like a green hose?
No, it's silver. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like
I didn't see it.
I didn't see the hose.
it looks like a freaking shower head, but it's connected to the toilet.
If anybody knows what that is, let us know in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Yeah,
comments.
is that for your butthole or is that for the toilet?
Or both.
I did
could
learn
be
it
for
was an
both.
old man that lived here, so maybe I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe he needed some assistance.
Then that's just swagger, to be honest. He doesn't
Yeah.
even wipe his ass. He
Just-
just fucking shoots
Hey,
some water on
But
it.
like when everyone
That's a
was
baller move. dude.
like 2 years ago, when everyone was buying toilet paper,
He
that
was
would've-
striving, bro.
yeah, that guy
Well,
was
it's-
just like,
maybe it's like one of those things where you're like, I don't want to take a full shower. I just want to wash my balls.
That's a good point.
yeah,
Balls
I
be
mean,
sweaty sometimes.
So like,
And then you can just do it right there in the toilet, huh? Like
Yeah.
you just ball it up.
Or like, you know, when you
You just shampoo your
water.
dick
Yeah.
on the toilet.
Fucking head-
Somebody walks in on you, you're like,
I think he was shaving.
big old shampoo dick.
Hey, bring the shampoo. Okay.
Oh, man.
Bring the head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders, knees and toes, baby.
You remember those commercials where it's like, the herbal
Oh,
essence?
that's porn, dude.
Yeah. You remember this?
No.
It's like this guy's like, oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I do
gross.
remember those.
Oh, my head hurts so bad.
Tell us
And I
about
gotta
your head.
No,
Tell us
I gotta
about
like
your-
scratch it because like I
What
hate
happened?
hats sometimes. I fucking hit my head on a mechanical bull last night, and I was concussed, bro, like legitly, and it still hurts. I just got a big old ball on my head. My third eye is bruised, bro.
That's funny. Why were you riding a mechanical bull?
It was my girlfriend's father's 50th birthday,
Yeah.
so we had a big old 50th
And he was
bash.
like, give me the bull.
Dude, yeah.
Give me the bull.
So what you get him
It was lit.
for his birthday?
I got him a big old bottle of Yellowstone whiskey, and like, well, that was like kind of like 5 days before the actual birthday because we drank some of that, and then we got a big old bottle of Jack, and then yeah, kind of just that was all I got him, to be honest.
Nice.
But it was lit, dude. Had a great old time. It sucks because he saw his Dodgers lost on his birthday, so that kind of sucks. But it was a great time.
How have the playoffs been?
The
Baseball?
MLB postseason?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great right
I
now.
mean, you're the only one that's in the postseason right
Yeah.
now. Huh?
So Pat's a Red Sox fan.
Mhm.
Peter's a D-backs. Anthony doesn't give two shits about baseball.
Nah.
And
Anthony, can you name like 5 baseball players?
Players?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, teams,
Oh,
man.
man, teams.
This is a new
he's
segment.
like
Anthony has to
Benny
name-
the Jet Rodriguez. Emilio Estevez.
Emilio
I don't know. I mean, like,
D3 Mighty Ducks.
maybe like
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Wild Thing.
Wild thing. Wow.
They're the same person.
I know.
All right, go.
What?
Baseball players.
And it came
Mark
like,
McGuire.
Okay, that's one. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Barry Bonds.
no,
Very
current players.
Oh, no, current no,
It
dude.
doesn't have to be current.
I'm talking about like famous ones. I would maybe
Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth.
Baby Bambino.
Oh,
Barry Bambino.
I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about the great Bambi. You mean that wimpy deer?
All right, you got 2.5.
All right, keep on going. You have two right
Baby
now.
Ruth.
Mark McGuire and Barry Bonds.
And Baby Ruth. We'll give you that one.
So milk chocolate.
How about Mr. Goodbars? You want?
All right. Go ahead.
Who's your favorite first baseman? Probably
Shit, I don't even
Mr.
know.
Hershey or something.
Mr. Hershey.
Cookies and cream.
I don't know, like Big Poppy.
There you go.
Not even real names anymore. Just nicknames.
That's his nickname, baby. That's what we call him.
And Poppy,
Big Pumpy.
Big Pumpy,
Big Pumpy. Little Pumpy.
Big Pun, Little Pun.
All right, one more. Almost there.
Oh.
Anthony's top 5 baseball players of all time. Mark
Who's the-
McGuire,
Who's the
Barry Bonds.
Who's the dude that hit the bird? Randy Johnson.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ex Diablo. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
The fucking big unit.
He
baby.
went from giving names. He went from giving names to description.
What's the guy that
The-
fucking killed
the
his
guy
wife?
that-
Oh, what? Jose Canseco?
All right, so
I should have said Deion Sanders,
Oh,
man.
shit.
Damn.
let's go back. So
Prime time, that was
Anthony got three real baseball players, one nickname of a real baseball
And
player,
one description.
and then one candy bar.
And one candy.
And a big butt.
Yeah. and Big Bumpy,
Little cricket.
Little Joker,
Jenny the Bet Rodriguez.
Jenny the
Jenny the Bet. Fuck yeah, baby.
Jenny the Bet. There you go.
Oh fuck. Fucking Anthony.
Those are my top picks.
Oh shit.
Those are Anthony's starting five.
Starting five.
Anthony, you gotta pick a basketball team. Oh yeah, give me Baby Ruth, Big Poppy,
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny, and Emilio Estevez.
Hey, other than football, like, could you name like any other sports?
What about basketball? Could you do
yeah,
basketball?
yeah. Let's go with basketball.
Basketball, I mean, that's a little easier, I think.
Really? Okay, let's try it. Because you're on a roll, dude. Let's try it.
Top five, baby. Let's go. Give me your
Your starting five. Let's go.
I didn't know how this turned into Quiz Anthony in sports, but
Larry Bird.
let's
John Stockton.
Michael Jordan, Kobe,
The Monstars.
the Monster.
Man.
The orange alien, the blue one.
Yeah.
No, like try to name players, like current players.
Let's do
Current players?
You said Kobe. He's dead.
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
That's
Okay,
That's
one.
D-Wade, does he still play? I don't even know if he's
retired.
He's retired.
Um,
Steph Curry's one.
Clay Thompson.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hey, that's two on one team.
On one team. They happen to win.
Anthony's a Golden State Warrior fan.
Hey, that's more than most Golden State Warrior fans.
Who's that? Derrick Rose?
Do
He still play?
I think so. Yeah. He's somewhere.
Fuck, man. Current? I don't know. That's all I know. I thought you were talking about like the greats. I could name the greats.
Anybody can name the greats.
But
It's the
yeah.
nows. that-
Current? No, fuck no.
Oh, fuck.
Three.
Anthony, maybe less.
He almost two.
He's got three. So.
Who else? I can't think. I'm drawing a blank. Maybe baseball. I had more.
Maybe.
I had more than three. Did I have more than three current players? No, I didn't
you
name
had-
any current players.
Yeah.
All right. So
They were all dead.
Even
Not
the
dead.
candy bar you named
man,
was
he was
discontinued.
he was eaten.
They're called paydays now. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Paydays are good
I
actually.
think that's it as far as current.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Alright.
Anthony got three. Anthony was close.
That was good.
Oh, man.
Larry Bird's definitely.
Larry Bird.
We'll give it.
Birdman.
The Birdman.
He's
He's all Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen,
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley, Patrick
Shaq.
Ewing.
Shaq. Baby.
Patrick Ewing.
Anthony's like Dallin.
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues.
Big Bumpy.
Big Bump.
Big Bumpy.
Yeah. So. No, but the MLB postseason's really good right now.
Yeah, back to
Fucking
that.
everyone's already advanced to the either the NLCS or the ALCS.
Even the Phillies and stuff?
Yeah, Phillies advanced. You had the Padres that just defeated the Dodgers, so they advanced. They're going to be taking on the Phillies in the NLCS.
We're just waiting for that.
And
the
then
Yankees now?
Yeah, we're just waiting for the Yankees Guardians series to finish.
Is that
and then-
today?
That's today.
Yeah, that's today.
Depending on when you're listening to this, could be yesterday,
Yeah.
could be the day before.
At the rate we're going,
Yeah.
You know,
already-
Abel's all like real calm considering.
What?
Like, your team's the only one. You're kind of like, yeah, we're just waiting on who's gonna win.
But
Yeah,
on
I
the surface,
mean-
he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what
No,
he wrote down.
I mean,
Abel
when
doesn't like to.
when the game is
talk about
on,
his
I'm
team.
nervous as hell. But I try not to think
I
about
miss
it.
that shit, dude.
I try not. Like
I miss
it's
when the Red
hard.
Sox are in the fucking postseason. And I'm like fucking
Yeah,
telling
same
people,
here.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, my team hasn't been in the postseason for
Since
Since
Kurt
at least
Schilling
15
and
years
Randy Johnson.
Since Nam.
Randy Johnson.
Since the guy that hit a bird.
bird killer.
It was that day.
I was actually thinking that was the guy from the What is that? Jewelers that's here?
Randy
Johnson
Johnson.
Yeah. I was like, wait, wait, is that the jeweler guy or is that the actual
I
pitcher?
don't want to be your jeweler. I want to be your bird
I
killer.
want to be your pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
How much do you think Johnson Jewelers can throw, like on the gun?
40 miles per hour.
Still?
Still. Still bringing that
You
heat.
still got it?
Still got
Still throwing cheese, baby.
throwing that ice.
Throwing the ice.
Blanging.
You want some diamonds? Oh.
Or like, have you seen those commercials of Michael Gopin when he's like playing sports and shit?
When he's boxing.
Where he's boxing, he's all ripped. He's got like an 8-pack. He's all buff. Or when
Michael
he's,
Gopin. Bless you.
what's the other one? He's like playing tennis, is it? Or ping pong? One of those. But that guy's got the cheesiest commercials.
For real.
People like cheesy.
Cheesy fries.
Extra cheddar.
But yeah, MLB baseball. I like it.
Fucking football today.
Who are you gonna go for?
Me?
Yeah.
Anybody but the Yankees.
Okay.
That's literally all
Anthony.
I care about. Anthony's like,
Anthony,
Babe
who?
Ruth.
Yeah, what
I'll take
team
the
are you?
Chihuahuas, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, well,
so
okay,
the
so
Padres.
Padres.
Yeah.
Good job.
You know the Padres are in, right?
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there we go.
So
All right, so
there's
Anthony's.
like
Acted like I knew
there's
that.
like 6 or 7 Chihuahuas playing with them. Or
I
something.
remember
I
when
can see Anthony being a Padres fan, to be honest. Like an,
Yeah.
an SD hat.
I don't know. I've dabbled with like the Texas Rangers, but I've heard they
Nah,
suck.
you don't want to go
So,
that
Yeah.
route.
Don't go that
Rangers
route.
suck.
Yeah,
That's like worse than being a Yankees fan.
yeah,
It is, right?
yeah. You can't pick any of the Texas teams.
No.
Like the Rangers, they suck, and then
Houston,
Houston, they're cheaters.
Cabron.
So
Yeah.
you just can't pick either one.
Any other team.
But yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say something right now. Oh, when we had Tom Herman on the show, Anthony and I were like, we wanted to get into hockey, and we were asking him like what teams we can go with, and I think we landed on the Dallas Stars, right, Anthony?
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was like, well, if you want to go like the Texas route,
Mike
he's
Madonna,
like-
baby.
He's like, you could go with the Dallas Stars, because he was like recommending we choose like these Canadian, because he's Canadian, these Canadian teams, and we're like, nah, no, thank you, bro.
You're like, this is America, right?
Nah,
Just
but
kidding. Shout out Tom Herman.
I
Yeah.
used to like the Stars.
yeah, well,
Me too.
we
But
used
with
to play
Mike
the,
Madonna
yeah,
and Brett Hall.
Brett Hall, Mike Madonna.
Dude, speaking of that, I think there's a game next weekend.
Oh
What?
yeah, well the
The
season
El Paso
just
Rhinos.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Their
yeah, they're
first home
back.
Season
game.
just started.
Yeah, they're
We
back.
should check that out. I'm tempted
Let's
to go.
go. They got like fucking dollar beers out there.
Yeah, I think it's not this. Oh, it's next Saturday.
Damn, I haven't been to a Rhinos
Saturday,
game in a
Sunday.
It's
minute.
cool when you sit right behind the glass and you just talk crap to the.
That was like
The
mine and Jamie's
goaltender?
like first dates. Was a Rhinos.
Yeah?
game. It was
Oh.
lit. It was
Yeah,
sick.
the Rhinos are fun.
I haven't been, so I want to
it's
check it
so
out.
much
been a
Yeah,
while.
it's cool, man. I think you would like it.
Get to see Spike out there.
Spike.
Spike the Rhino.
I was trying to find a flag.
Okay, that dude's
We need a
dope.
flag in here in the
Flag.
Rhinos.
A
We
Rhino
should, we
flag?
should get Tom
Yeah.
Herman back on the show.
Dude, I used
Yeah,
to
we
have this
should.
fucking Buzzards fucking goalie fucking like.
Ooh.
I'm not too sure if
Jersey, I
he's
forgot
still a
what the
part
name
of the
was. Jesus.
organization, but because his brother was a coach, and then I think he recently stepped down of coaching the team. I think he's just like in the
He's involved with like the hockey association.
yeah, he's
of
just with
El
like
Paso
with
or
the
whatever.
front office now. But
Who's this?
It's the Hermans,
Oh, okay, cool.
Corey Herman.
Corey
and
Herman.
Tom Herman.
and Tom Herman. But Tom Herman, I think he does like the Card My Yard. You know, like have you guys seen it where like it's somebody's birthday? Like for example, it was your girlfriend's dad's birthday last night, so you would put like happy 50th birthday Pancho or whatever his name is.
Pancho. Why is it always Pancho? That's always a bit. That's funny.
Panchos. That was a good Mexican restaurant.
Panchito.
That was
What's your favorite Mexican restaurant?
now.
Yeah.
You know what? I went to this place.
There's
and
one on Dyer that's really good.
in Odessa that was really good.
Oh damn! Not
It
even.
was
here.
just recently when I was driving to Dallas. It was called Rosa's
Cantina.
Cafe.
Oh, close.
It's basically Taco Cabana on steroids.
No way.
But it was fucking
So it's
badass.
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, it was really good though.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like traditional El Paso
Yeah, yeah,
Mexican,
yeah.
but it was good.
What
man.
about here in El Paso?
Like fresh tortillas?
Well, like since we moved to Central El Paso, we're close to a lot of the Northeast establishments, and there's this one restaurant on Dyer. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's really good. I can't I can't remember the name.
Yeah, no shit.
But
I know, right? No,
no,
shots.
but it's good, dude. Just drive down Dyer. You run by.
There's like 30 places on Dyer.
There's a bunch, yeah.
Not I live in the Northeast. I've been introduced to some over there, like Casitas Lindas or something.
No.
Casitas Lindas.
I need to broaden my horizons.
It's a good one. Not Julio's. Jarones. It's pretty good.
Jarones is all right.
Mom likes to go there, and Leo's.
Well,
of
like
course.
Jarones is
Leo's
cool
goes so
because of
hard.
the
The
atmosphere.
atmosphere. It's a big.
Like they have people playing music.
Well, it's weird because they got the Jarones in Canotillo, and then they got the one right there off Red, and they're totally different. One's like, traditional hole in the wall,
Yeah.
and then one's like a greater,
Yeah.
like reaching out to the rich people, kind of.
The rich people love Mexican food. Well, like in Selena.
It's hard to be
The,
Mexican
the
American.
gringos like Mexican food.
We have to like Oprah and Christina.
That's true, man.
Earl James almost.
Earl J. Jones.
Earl James almost.
What's his name?
He stepped down from Darth Vader.
James.
James Earl Jones?
James almost.
Edward James almost. James Earl Jones.
James,
Yeah.
James Earl Jones. He stepped down from Darth Vader, man.
Did he?
Hey, have you seen Andor or whatever?
I've seen the first like 2 episodes. I haven't really.
It doesn't grab you, right?
I
saw the first
like
episode
Obi-Wan
and I'm
Kenobi.
like,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I mean, it's
was
not bad, but I'm like, what's going on?
I think it'll get there. You just gotta like give it.
You know where I'm struggling with
Give it a
is
year.
the House of Dragons. Or
You don't
whatever.
like, dude? I
I'm
like it a
like-
lot.
I'm on episode 4 or 5, but like halfway, and I mean I'm watching it just because I'm a fan, but I'm like, oh, this is tough watch.
Really,
You guys are
I,
Game of
I like it a
Thronesers?
lot. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a tough watch.
I actually.
Anthony,
like it a
what
lot.
about you? You like Game of Thrones?
I haven't seen it. I
'Cause
haven't
the-
even seen the original,
Me
like
neither.
the first.
God damn it, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm so behind.
It's okay.
I like it because it's based on their kids mainly, like
So
the
this is like a
line
prequel
of-
to Game of Thrones?
The
Yeah,
line of
but like
succession.
200 years before Game of Thrones.
200 years?
Yeah,
Yeah,
200
before.
years.
So who the fuck are these
It's like of the Targaryens and the Valerians and
people? I fucking
yeah.
wish I knew who these people were. think
But
kinda know,
I have
but-
a feeling they're gonna like get into because they keep bringing up the fire and ice.
Mhm.
They bring it up over and over throughout the series. I have a feeling they're gonna identify who the Ice King was and all that stuff.
I hope so.
I really do. I think that's the route it's gonna go. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see.
I like
I
it.
mean-
I like it a lot.
I like it
I,
a
I'm
lot.
I want the Jon Snow show already.
Oh, I didn't
That's
ever
what I
do
like.
that, Jon
Yeah,
Snow.
there's gonna be a Jon Snow. Like,
Hey, did you watch Dahmer?
nah, I don't like shows like that because they give me anxiety.
Really?
That show was
Yeah.
crazy.
Like for real.
Dude, I've been watching it, and there's this one episode on it where he kind of has like feelings for another guy. Have you seen it all?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Okay, the deaf guy,
Yeah.
and
That's a very.
that's a very like psychological episode because
oh, it's
he-
fucked.
he keeps popping out too, because you know how it, like
Yeah.
flashes. I think it's that one. No, the one after where Glenda, where she keeps having images and all that.
Of like what he's doing in the room.
Yeah, and she could hear it
Yeah,
and all that. Dude, that episode, I went to bed because I tend to watch it at night because the kids are asleep. I watch it with my wife.
And you wonder why you have
we
nightmares.
we both had kind of like nightmares. Not like freakishly, but
No,
just
that,
like,
that guy was just a fucking weird individual, dude. Like,
but like imagine,
what was crazy is
dude.
like, no, dude, like, it's unimaginable. It's kind of crazy.
Well, no, I'm saying, imagine being his neighbor,
oh, no.
like
fuck.
hearing all that,
Smelling
stuff.
all that shit, dude.
Yeah,
Like, how do you, like,
and
have you ever
she-
smelled a dead body?
Nah,
No.
but I've smelled like raw meat
Yeah.
that was like months old.
Well, that's
in-
kind of
in
what
the
this
Yeah,
space.
is.
basically what it is.
Dude, it is the worst smelling thing in the world.
No, yeah.
So one of Yachty's friends, they had stopped going to their apartment because they were going to school in Cruces, right, to New Mexico State. Well, they stopped living in their apartment, but they had food there, and they got the electricity cut off and everything.
Is that what they
So-
said? Because that's what Jeffrey Dahmer.
So fucking the Lily, she was like, "Oh, I have to go back to the apartment and clean it out because yeah, like they were done. They weren't living there, but they were still paying like for the rent." Well, anyways, we go. and there were fucking maggots all over the refrigerator, like in
How
the
well
freezer
did you
and
know
everything.
this girl?
She's one of Yadi's really good friends.
Hmm.
Anyways,
I would have her question.
no. So like there were fucking maggots, but like as soon as you opened the apartment door, it stunk like heavy. And then when she opened up the freezer where they had like the meat
All
and
these
stuff,
flies came out.
dude, no maggots. It was
Well,
like,
yeah, maggots
but it was
turn into
like,
flies.
dude, they were fucking. It was strong, like nasty smell. I had to get out of there. I was like, dude, I was gonna throw up. I started to get dizzy. I went downstairs, and I swear I could still smell like the stench. And we were downstairs, like outside, and you could still smell it. Well, she got out, like she had to clean everything because I told Yadi, nah, dude, get the fuck out of there. Like, don't go in there. Like, it fucking reeks. So she ended up cleaning it by herself. Afterwards, she had to shower and like change her clothes,
Tomato juice.
and it's still like she still smelled, dude.
Like a skunk?
Like she still smelled after a shower and she changed her clothes, but I felt like it was still on her. Like it was gross, dude. So that's the closest to a dead body smell I know.
No,
Well,
that show's fucked.
It is. It's crazy, but it's you can't stop watching it.
No, like
But
literally, I watched it and then I watched like the real interview of him. Like,
Yeah, we saw.
dude, that shit. Like, it's crazy just how like completely sane he is, and he just like acknowledges like,
Like,
yeah,
he-
like I'm a terrible person. Like I need to be punished for all
He
this shit.
knows that he was wrong,
Yeah.
but the
So
the show
is he
addresses.
still alive?
No, they killed him.
No, he killed him
in prison.
Prison. It's gnarly.
But the show addresses so much more than just him, because I know there's a lot of controversy, but it addresses the fact that like police were racist, big
They
time,
literally let him just walk away.
like
so
multiple
many
times because it was
yeah.
a poor black neighborhood, and he was a white guy, and they just kind of always like,
Yeah. He'll
he's
be fine.
he's
Yeah.
fine, and then it addresses that, and then it addresses people who, not necessarily the media, but society as itself, how they're obsessed with like serial killers and stuff. Because they were like sending him fan mail and stuff. So it addresses stuff like that. It addresses like his dad knew something was wrong with him, but his dad was trying to be a good dad, honestly. Or in the show he's depicted that way, but he went about it in a very kind of
terrible way, I guess.
gruesome way that kind of led him this way.
Yeah. It turns out that the dad also had like thoughts like Jeffrey Dahmer when
Yeah.
he was little,
Like wanting to eat people?
like wanting to
wanting
like
to
kill
kill
people and like
Oh,
just
shit.
like had like really bad things like that and shit. And he
Right.
was like, I should have done something, but I never got him the help he needed and shit. And like
Because he thought in his mind,
he
all
grew out of that. So
all
like, he was
all
like-
parents think that they're doing the best for their kids,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or they want to do, or not
Yeah.
all, but I want to say
Most.
majority of parents. So that's crazy, man. Anyways, it's
That show's-
I thought it was an
it's
intriguing
interesting.
show,
Yeah, it's
but
very
it was like,
interesting.
but it's kind of morbid too. It's just you could see both sides.
It shows like John Wayne Gacy too, in that.
Who's
Talking
John?
Oh yeah, it talks about that.
John Wayne Gacy's also like a mass serial killer. There's also a Netflix special
documentary,
on
yeah.
him too. I watched that one too. That one's fucking terrible.
See, and it addresses that how that guy's trying to plead that he's innocent,
like
and Jeffrey Dahmer he's like, yeah, I did this and I did that and I'm cooperative.
John Wayne Gacy was trying to plead insanity or something like that, but he
And
It-
Jeffrey
that guy
Dahmer
was
kept
scary,
saying,
dude.
I'm not insane.
That
I know-
Gacy guy, how was he killing people?
he was like a clown, bro. Like he would dress
Oh,
up as he
shit.
was like a
So
sheriff.
like the
type
Devil's Rejects is kind of like loosely based kind of on that.
basically.
Oh.
But no, like this guy he was like a well-known
And he killed a
figure.
shitload of people.
No, like over like 30 people or some shit like that. And he would bury them all under his house, like kill them, and like he would
Bury
like
'em.
he would bond them together and like rape them and like bad shit, dude, like terrible shit. Like there was one where like this kid, he was working at a grocery store and I guess he saw that this guy John Wayne Gacy, and he knew he had like a construction company, and he was like, oh, like I'm gonna go talk to him real quick.
Okay.
And he goes and talks to him, and the kid never came back into the store, goes missing forever and shit. But yeah, apparently he tied him up, like handcuffed him, and like was like putting his like face like in the bathtub, and like was like doing like terrible shit to him while he was like drowning him, and like it was and then like would just put him in like in this tiny hole underneath his house, and then go and bury them and just do it again to another person, bro.
Fuck.
all dressed as a clown. Like he would be like in the show, it's crazy because like it's scary because he'd be like, the guy's like, please God, like don't do this to me, and he's like, I'm God, and he like is like in a fucking clown suit, dude, and then he's just like drowning this fucking guy, and he's like, I'm God, and you're just like, dude, like there was people like this, and it's fucking
There's still people like that.
yeah,
That's
it's
what's
fucking scary, dude. Like that shit's so
Yeah,
scary.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't watch shows like that because that shit gives me anxiety.
No, like,
Just thinking about like.
it honestly, like, it's fucking scary, but it like intrigues me as like as a person. Like, how the fuck can you like I feel bad like fucking killing like a little fucking ant sometimes. I'm like, damn, like fuck that poor little dude, bro. But like no, like imagine like taking another person's life and then not only doing it once but multiple times and just
yeah.
and these guys would fucking get off on that shit, dude. Like that's what fucking scares the fuck out of me. It's like, how the fuck are there people like that? That's
Yeah.
insane.
That is crazy.
But fucking watch those documentaries because they're crazy as shit.
I don't know, man. Don't watch them. Fucking scare you. Give you nightmares. Dude,
I didn't get nightmares.
speaking of the Devil's Rejects, like Rob Zombie used to have. Well, he remade the Halloween movies, and just recently, well, there's
yeah,
a
the
new
new Halloween
Halloween movie. It's not Rob Zombie's, but
No, it's
there's a new one. Pat, tell us a little bit about that one.
well, you've seen it, right, Peter?
I've seen half of it.
Half of
I
it?
haven't finished it.
Well, I don't want to spoil it. Should I spoil it?
Spoil it.
it's
Fuck.
fine.
Dude, because honestly, this fucking
gonna
Michael
look up
Myers
the
movie
reviews.
was fucking terrible. Like, I love Michael Myers. Michael Myers is probably one of my favorite like Halloween movies ever. Like, I can literally watch that shit any day. Like, it's the shit. And like with this like new trilogy, like the first movie, I was like, okay, like there's some potential in this movie, like in this trilogy, to where like Michael Myers can like, it can like do like a full arc. He can die and everything, and like I'll be happy with it. First movie I thought was pretty cool. Second movie I was like, it was Halloween Kills, right? Halloween Kills is the second
Yeah.
one. Yeah, like that one was kind of like fuck, like it's like a toss up. Like I kind of liked it, kind of didn't, and then this fucking last one was bless you, was not even a fucking Michael Myers movie, bro. Like the first like hour of it is like this fucking
All the people that were in the previous movies.
not even that. Like it starts with like this new kid. Bless you, sir.
Sorry.
No, you're
Oh,
fine.
shit.
It starts with like this new kid. Like apparently, like he's supposed to like take on like the soul of like Michael Myers or some shit. Like, cause like, you want me to just well,
Yeah,
like,
spoil
you've
it.
seen the beginning,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the beginning, where like it starts like as a babysitter. Like he's like
Anthony's
watching-
gonna put like a little spoiler thing
yeah,
right
spoiler right here. Yeah, so it starts off with like this babysitter. He's watching this little kid, and they're like watching a scary movie that he's not supposed to be watching, and then they end up like the babysitter leaves, and he comes back and he can't find the kid anywhere, and he ends up going upstairs, and the kid locks him inside the fucking closet, like a attic or whatever the fuck it is,
Okay.
and the babysitter's going fucking nuts, and like while this is happening, the parents get home from like the night out. And the kid's right outside the door, and this fucking babysitter's like losing his shit, and he fucking like kicks out the door, and when the door opens up, it fucking hits the kid, and the kid falls over the railing and dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like before that, there was like a knife on the floor and shit. So the kid was just trying to scare the guy. So the guy is like standing at the top of the stairs with a knife in his hand, and the fucking child's on the floor dead, and like the parents walk in, and so it makes it seem like this guy is like a new fucking like babysitter, like killer type deal, like Michael
Mhm.
Myers.
Yeah.
And so like the entire movie starts off with like the premise of this guy being like this bad person because Michael Myers has been gone for so long. So like they needed like a new villain. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
The town.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like they're looking forward to like this person as being like, oh fuck, we need somebody else to hate. So this is our fucking new guy. And throughout this is happening, like he like gets jumped, and Michael Myers ends up taking him like wherever
Under
the
his
fuck
wing.
Michael Myers is, like in the fucking like sewers or some shit. And he like wakes up, and when Michael Myers is about to fucking kill him, like he like looks in his eyes or some shit, and Michael Myers doesn't kill him, like, which is fucking weird. Like he like
Yeah.
lets him go, and the guy just like looks different, acts different, and it just makes it seem like he's supposed to be like he has like the power of
He
Michael
trans-
Myers. Yeah, like,
Mm.
and I was like, dude, like this is like everything that Michael Myers like isn't. Like this is like bullshit. Like it was so
Yeah.
fucking terrible. Like so like and like at the end of it, like you have to like fucking Jamie Lee Curtis kills this babysitter guy because like he wants her niece, and like if he can't have her, nobody can have her and shit.
Okay, really quick. Does Jamie Lee Curtis die?
No.
No?
No.
She survived?
She survives. Yeah.
All right, because like right now, I'm looking at the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like the tomato meter 40%. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah,
I-
I'd probably give it like a 35%.
Because like
33%.
from what
That's
I've heard
fucking-
from people,
it's not a
like they
bad,
were saying it
scary
was really
movie.
bad. So I was thinking like, dude, this movie's gonna be like a 19 or something like that. Like I've
Like,
seen
it
other
does have
movies.
like it will grab an audience, but like it's
It's not a Michael Myers.
it's not a Michael Myers movie. That's my whole thing. Like it's like a Halloween movie. Yeah, you can watch it, but like as far as like to end the entire story arc of Michael Myers this way, I felt like it was like a fucking rush project where it's like they could have done something way better.
But you're talking about the plot overall, okay?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the scary, I guess you could say, the killings he does and all. I thought they were pretty. I mean, it sounds bad, but I thought it was.
Oh, no,
it still
definitely.
had that scary aspect.
Oh yeah, like it has
Like when
the-
you're ending any franchise, and this was like Game of Thrones, or when you're ending anything, there's always. I mean, it's hard. It's
But,
hard
like,
to end a.
I think what Pat is talking about though is like Michael Myers.
It's iconic.
He's the boogeyman.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's got no heart, and like for him to let this kid go, like, or what you're telling me
Yeah,
is like, oh no, I'm gonna watch out for this kid, or I don't know, like.
it's just I
Seems
understand.
pretty
Like, I
lame.
get what you're saying
Because there was no remorse in like the rest of the movie.
No, I mean that's
There
what
were,
I'm
like,
saying.
some
Like it's a
brutal-
good.
But
it's a
Michael
good,
Myers
like,
kills
Halloween
anybody,
movie.
like
I know.
everyone.
Yeah.
The only one, like
But
he
it
kind of
I
showed.
think it adds to the mystery of like this guy.
It also showed like, how you know how like Michael Myers gets shot and you're like, how the fuck is this guy not dead? Like he fucking
Yeah.
got shot in the head. It kind of shows like when he kills, he like gains power. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, like it shows like he heals.
Well, like in Michael Myers Kills. Which one was it? Where like the whole town is like beating up on him.
Yeah.
But once he kills that first guy,
Yeah.
it's like
Fuck yeah.
he's like Hulk Hogan. He's
Yeah.
like like he starts getting more and more power, and before you know it, guy's unstoppable.
oh yeah.
But
That's
anyways, I don't know, man. Fuck
No
yeah.
man, I love Michael Myers, but
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers,
Michael
fucking
Myers.
love Michael Myers, bro. So
Pig
fucking
Blonde.
cool.
I thought it was cool when he was fighting the fireman.
Yeah, that part was cool. Like in the beginning of Halloween Kills.
That was a crazy.
That shit was sick. No, like in the last movie, like it's cool. It shows homage to like old school Michael Myers movies. Like you know, like he'll like hang somebody, like he'll choke him and just stab him with a knife, and they just kind of hang like a picture.
Yeah.
He literally like put this girl on a picture and like stabbed her, and she was just hanging. I was like, oh, that's like a picture. And Jamie was like, Jamie was like, what? And I was like, it's like an old like in the first Halloween, like fucking.
Yeah.
And then in the first Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis stabs him with like a fucking
Close.
like a yarn type.
Oh,
needle.
okay.
And in this movie, she grabs one too, and you're like, oh shit! Like she fucking stabs him again. It's just little things like that I was like, that's cool.
That you appreciate.
Little homage.
All right, let's move over to football because I feel like we're losing Anthony over there. He's waking up from his nap. All right, Anthony, the Cowboys at this moment, they're 4-1. They're going to be taking on the Eagles. If you guys are listening to the podcast, obviously you're going to know the outcome of the game. But at this moment, Anthony, you don't know what the hell is going to happen tonight. They're going to be taking on the Eagles. What do you think's going to be the story of tonight's game?
The Cowboys kicking the Eagles' ass.
Think so?
Yeah, giving them their first loss. That's what I hope happens. We'll see. Out of all the teams we've faced, I think the Eagles probably is gonna be the most problematic for us.
Are the Eagles
Jalen Hurts.
are the Eagles really that good?
They got a good receiving core, and Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's a mobile quarterback, so I think that's really gonna it's gonna challenge our defense for sure. I think our defense can hold up to the challenge, and I think they'll overcome it. But I think it's definitely gonna be hard. It's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah. Peter, what are the keys to victory for the Dallas Cowboys if they are going to beat the Eagles?
defense.
The
by far.
defense?
Yeah. You got to have Jalen Hurts running, but I think, like Anthony said, our defense could contain him scrambling, but I think our defensive backs, too, they're fairly decent. We've had a lot of guys step up, but it's just getting pressure. I don't think he's as good throwing on the run, except he is quick. So we'll see. Because he could throw from the pocket, but
Yeah.
he is mobile, too. So I think it's going to be a great game, dude. The way the Cowboys front line has been playing, even our secondary's pretty lights out, man. Some takeaways there, so I don't know.
Well, I wanted to ask.
Defense is gonna win
Yeah,
it. It ain't gonna be
okay.
offense.
I'm gonna ask Pat because right now, I wouldn't say it's a controversy at this moment, but you got Cooper Rush that's been playing pretty good,
Canelo Ice.
and now you have Dak Prescott that's gonna be coming back. I don't think he's gonna play tonight. He's been trying to
He was
get
trying
healthy,
to, but
yeah, but I think Cooper Rush is still gonna be starting tonight's game. After that, depending on what happens here, if the Cowboys win, do you continue to go with Cooper Rush? Or if they lose, is that the sign that, okay, no, we're going to go with Dak Prescott?
I think if they lose, that gives them the better chance of going with Dak and them not be like receiving like backlash from it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
As if they win and they go with Dak and then they lose, they're gonna be like, well, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? So I feel like if they lose, it's kind of a win-win for the Cowboys. Like, they lose, they get to bring Dak in, see what the fuck he can do next week.
Yeah.
But if they win, then fuck, you just keep going with Cooper Rush because the dude's been balling out. I mean,
So,
dude, but I
Like,
don't think
okay,
he
so-
was balling out. Last game, he did not ball out.
I
His
mean, not
numbers
balling.
were-
Cooper Rush?
I mean,
Yeah,
not in
yeah.
that sense,
His
but
nu-
like he's gotten the team down the field.
He
I mean,
managed the team, but not in a.
He doesn't hurt the team.
He doesn't hurt the team.
Which-
Yeah, he
which-
doesn't make
Exactly.
turnovers, but he wasn't. His last game was very, very.
who did they play last game?
Last game they played
The Rams?
The Rams,
Yeah.
yeah, but the defense kind of got those 2 quick scores and stops, so that
so
changed
it
the game plan. Yeah,
But I've said this from the beginning. If they would call the same plays for Dak that they do for Cooper Rush, Dak would have more success, in my opinion. But
Why do you think they don't do that?
I have no. I think they're trying to protect Dak.
I think a lot of it is Dak's decisions.
No, I think they're trying
'Cause
to
I don't think they're-
protect Dak.
Well, you think
Because-
they're dumbing the playbook more for Rush,
and then
and it's making it more simple.
Yeah, go out. Hey, do it.
Makes
do
sense.
a go route, and I'm gonna throw it to you.
Like
With
they give him
Dak-
too much freedom,
Yeah.
and he's like,
And with Dak,
within
it's
his
like,
own head.
we don't want you to consider running because we've seen what happens when you get hurt.
Yeah, he broke his leg, man.
But my thing
shit.
is,
But you got
okay,
Cooper Rush in the fucking chamber.
exactly.
Let him
So-
run.
So my thing is, when he comes back, you start. And I was against this initially, but now I've been thinking because last game Cooper Rush didn't do that well. I've been thinking when
Whoa,
Dak's
he didn't do that well. I didn't see the game, but
He didn't put a.
then again, you got to
It was like
remember
100 something yard, 130
Yeah, he
the,
yards.
the
or something.
Rams are a pretty good defense.
This year they've been struggling overall.
like Super Bowl team right there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a Super Bowl team,
they're-
but they've been struggling this year.
yeah, yep.
On the offensive end, not on the defense.
Yeah, I think Aaron Donald's a beast. I mean,
Yeah,
they
on the,
did a
on
good
the
job.
offensive end, they've been struggling because they've been. It seems like they only have that one guy, and that's Cooper Kupp. But on the defensive end, they're still a solid defense.
Yeah, but
Very good defense.
But let's be honest, when you, like Anthony said, your defense is putting up points, as much points as your offense is.
Oh, it definitely changes.
It changes the gameplay. You don't have to be so aggressive. You can
Now
be
it's
very
just time of
conservative.
possession. Just
When you have a defense that you know is coming through, it does open up the playbook for you.
yeah,
So-
but I think going into that game, you're gonna. Oh, I'll take one, Anthony.
dang.
Yeah.
Abel's gonna get one.
Well, I already finished my coffee, man. Sheesh.
You're right.
Anyway,
How rude of me.
I'm just saying.
Ooh, raspberry.
Look at.
I'm okay, thank you.
And this is what sucks. Dak obviously has a uphill battle because if he loses, there's going to be those people that say, "Oh, he lost." All right,
It's gonna be like Drew.
All right,
Bledsoe.
so who do you want?
I want Dak. Still.
You want Dak?
And
Okay.
but I want Dak with the condition that you're going to call the same plays that you do for Cooper Rush because you cannot say the playbook is the same for Cooper Rush and Dak. They do not run the same.
But they're
offense.
different quarterbacks. They're totally
Exactly.
different quarterbacks.
But I get that. But you're
Like,
you're,
okay,
you're
so-
limiting. You're limiting.
So Dak, what made him so successful was, one, he's a check down guy. Like that guy, his completion percentage was very high at the beginning of his career, and it was because he if you compared him to Romo, right? Romo was like that gunslinger. Romo would make plays happen when the team was bad. Romo would make
Yeah.
things happen. He would
I
throw
miss Tony
downfield.
Romo. Fuck that guy. What a great
He,
guy.
Dak-
he was checked down also.
However, when Dak came in, there would be moments of the game when he was like 14 of 15, but you would look at like the yardage, it was like 5-6 yards,
yeah, they were
7
small
yards.
passes.
Whereas now it's, you're going back. Well, you have Cooper Rush, and he's not that guy that, I'm just going to dump it off over here and things like that.
I
He's
think
going
that's
to
what
take
makes
chances.
Cooper
But
Rush
do
Cooper
you
Rush.
think?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think if your job
I
is
think
at stake?
I think it has to do with McCarthy. Like, after this year, he's out.
unless they
think
win a
he's out.
playoffs.
I don't
No,
think so
I
because
think he's out.
I saw a stat that he has like 21 and 14 as 21 wins and 14 losses in the
Who?
whole, McCarthy.
No,
He has a good average win to
but-
loss average for
but-
the Cowboys so far.
But I think, look, hear me out. After this year, McCarthy's out. So I feel when Dak went down, he was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to let this guy do his
Free
thing.
reins.
Yeah. We'll see. Whatever happens, happens.
It's like Rudolph.
Because after this year, they're going to go after Sean
Lead
Payton.
the sleigh, baby.
Think so?
Yeah. They're going to go after
Sean
Sean
Payton
Payton.
wants it. He
Like,
said it.
he just wanted to do the broadcast career. Like, he wanted to try it out. Honestly, I don't think he's that
but
great.
if McCarthy takes
And-
him to a playoff win or even more, you
He's
don't
got to
think
win
they'll
a
keep
Super
him?
Bowl. He's got to win a Super Bowl.
I think if he takes him to the playoffs, Jerry's not gonna let him go.
Nah, fuck no.
Yeah.
Now, if we're like a
If-
losing season, Jerry
if
will let him go.
After
for sure.
1 year of broadcast, if Sean Payton's like, yo, I got that hankering to come back into the NFL, you think Jerry's going to let it pass? Hell no. He's
Okay.
going to throw the kitchen sink and try to get him, man.
Okay, Peter, what do you think? Who do you think is more crucial, Mark McCarthy or Dan Quinn?
Dan Quinn.
I think so too.
Yeah, your defense
you need to
carries
hold
that
on to
team.
Dan Quinn, man. That guy is a fucking.
Yeah.
Not only is he a genius. Have you seen the videos of him after every game? Because he usually calls it from the booth, right?
Yeah.
He calls the game from.
Yeah,
the,
he's been.
He runs down to the fucking the entrance to the locker room and he literally handshakes every guy that walks in. Like, how many coaches do that? You know what I mean? Most coaches like, my shit's done. I'm going.
But that is
Like, that tells you
that
something,
is
man.
the-
This guy
that
loves
is-
these guys.
That is what a coordinator does.
But
That the coordinators are usually raw guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, you could tell these guys want to play for him.
No,
and,
yeah.
and he puts them in the
Definitely.
best position
But like,
to
if
win.
you look at throughout the NFL, if you look at coordinators, they're the more passionate ones.
You know,
the
you-
head coaches are the more level-headed.
Sean Payton's
guys.
more of an offensive guy.
And
isn't he?
Yeah.
so if Sean Payton comes to the team, and like they say
He was
it
the
come-
offensive coordinator for the Cowboys.
Say it comes to
wasn't
a moment where the Cowboys need to make
Quarterback
a
coach or something.
decision.
quarterback coach, something like that.
They need to make a decision. Like, say McCarthy stinks shit up later on in the season, the Cowboys start losing, and they're gonna decide like, okay, McCarthy's out. We're gonna go with Dan Quinn or Sean Payton, like, or try to get Sean Payton. They're gonna go with Sean Payton.
I think you keep Dan Quinn,
Like,
defensive
'cause
coordinator.
It's
Sean
just to me
Payton-
like what does Mike McCarthy bring to the table? Because I feel like Kellen Moore's calling the plays, right? And he's been pretty creative with the way he's calling plays, and he's been calling some good plays. So to me, it's kind of like McCarthy's just kind of the
you could do it
manager.
with any head coach.
Yeah, he's kind of just a manager, right? He's just
Yeah.
making sure everybody's doing their work, right? Not.
Basically,
I don't think
Yeah.
he's involved day to day with.
So, hey, I'm gonna go back. Dak Prescott, if he comes back next week, we'll say next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he comes back and he gets the starting job, okay, win or lose today, I believe you give it to Dak, and you let Dak know, hey, your job's on the line. Like, he knows it. Everybody knows it. Your job's on the line.
Well, that's how Tony Romo lost his job.
All
yeah,
right.
that's what I was gonna say. Like the manner of like how Romo lost his job to Dak, I would think it would be not an easy decision, but I would think it would be like something that the Cowboys could do where like, no, we're gonna roll with Rush, because they've done it before.
Yeah.
Like Dak was on that 8-game win streak
Yeah.
or whatever it was, and they were able to not get rid of, but they were able to make the move to Dak over Tony Romo.
see, but this is
Whereas, like now, Cooper Rush has won his last 5 games as a starter.
He's actually 5 in a row. He's never lost a game.
5-0
that he
as
started.
a starter.
So would you?
And if he
So
wins
you wouldn't
tonight,
give it. You
That's
wouldn't
pretty
give the
crazy.
ball back to Dak.
if he wins tonight, I think
say
it's
let it roll,
very
baby.
hard. Yeah,
Okay, you
I
let it
think
roll?
It's very hard
Let
to
it
take
ride,
away.
baby.
What
Let it ride
if?
so the chips fall down.
Yeah.
See, I would take the approach. You let Dak.
Let Dak get healthy. I mean, might as well.
Look
Because
at-
I mean,
no, no, no,
it
no.
doesn't
Look at what-
hurt you to
Look
if
at
you
what
go to the
past-
playoffs.
Look at
I
what
mean,
past
you have
franchises.
2 good quarterbacks.
Look at what past franchises have
Yeah.
done.
You could look at
Whereas-
New England as Brady.
Yeah, like
and Bledsoe.
Brady and Bledsoe, right? That's one of the most famous ones. Bledsoe was the guy. He had taken the Patriots
Okay,
to the Super Bowl.
But I'm
right?
going to give you.
And
Let me give you an example though.
He went down. Brady never
Bledsoe-
lost a job
Bledsoe
after
and
that.
Romo.
Let me give you an example though, real quick.
Yeah.
So, Dak took Romo's job essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Romo, and I'm still maybe because I'm a Romo-sexual, I still believe Romo could come back and with the team they have now probably do better than what
yeah.
he had. Now, listen.
If Tony Romo's fully healthy,
Listen.
fuck yeah, baby,
So
let's
sometimes
ride.
do you think we're too quick to
Out
pull
of
the
the booth.
trigger
He's
on
Rob Shadamas is
replacing
coming
him?
down.
Because what? Actuality, Dak lost what, one game, and it was a hard-fought game.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa
So
Bay, yeah.
if you give him an opportunity, you say, "Hey, this game is your
Make it a
do
break.
or die.
Yeah,
If you do not win, you're
fucked.
completely out. You're back up from now on."
I
Right?
think
Make
But
him-
I'm gonna give you free reigns because if you know your job's at stake, you're not gonna do 5-yard little check down passes.
you're
You're
gonna
gonna
fucking ball
go
out.
big to your fucking big receivers like Gallup or CeeDee Lamb
Show him you got this arm.
and let him show off that arm because Dak does have an arm. You
so
can't
like
deny that he does.
I do think that
But I
Jerry
think-
is kind of playing this good because I think it plays into Dak's personality, right? Dak is the type of person that wants to be out there.
Yeah.
And by keeping him back, you're making him like, fuck, I want to get out there and fucking play. And maybe when he comes out, he'll fucking come out.
And there's some receivers
blazing, you know,
or
but-
there's some quarterbacks that when they're pulled out and they know their job's on the line
They come
because
back even better.
Yeah.
no, they start resenting the team.
that's not what I
They-
said.
They start they
fucking
start
idiot.
resenting the team.
It depends on the guy, but yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
they start resenting the team, and I truly believe that Dak does not resent his team. He doesn't resent.
makes a hell of a
Cooper Rush.
cheerleader.
That's fine, dude. But when he gets his opportunity, give him that one opportunity to show, okay, you're here cheering him on.
But you're
Let's see
saying
you
that one
play.
opportunity. I think he's been the quarterback for a long period of time where we already know what he
But
is.
he did not have the
You're,
same
you're not.
team.
You're not gonna change.
He didn't have the same defense that he can fall back on.
Not even the same weapons. You
But-
can't.
What do you mean?
I think
Noah
with Amari
Brown
Cooper,
now
I think with
to
Amari
what he
Cooper,
was last year is totally different. Michael Gallup, who just came back, is
I
coming back
asked this
better.
question at
like-
the end of the last season, right? And I said, "Are the Cowboys really that good? Like what people think they are? Like, or we just think they're good because they're the most popular team in the world, you know?"
I think they're
And
good.
and you guys all said that the Cowboys are really good. They had the weapons. They
are
had
good.
the Amari Coopers, the Gallups,
Well, now they
the,
don't have Amari Cooper.
the CD Lambs, and all that back in the day, right? So
But-
Peter's
but
now
the-
saying,
but the way-
he's never had the this-
Not the way they're playing now. They were good then.
I mean,
I
Michael
think
Parsons
they're
was a rookie
excellent.
last year.
I really think they're excellent this
So
year.
you
the
think-
defense, the team has progressed.
I'm saying on offense. Do you think this offense has been the best offense?
I mean, our offensive line was
Their
fucked last
offensive
year.
line
Was fucked last
has
year.
increased.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they still have a lot of penalties because last year they were the most penalized offensive line
Always are.
in the league. They still had high penalties at the beginning, but the last
Yeah,
couple of
they've toned
games,
it
the
down
last
for
3
sure.
games, they've totally changed their gameplay.
So this is a better offense.
Yes,
Better
it's
offensive line, for
improving.
sure. I like
I'm
that,
not
bro.
saying it's a different
Anthony,
offense. I'm
you're
saying
kind
they're-
of thinking over there.
They're progressing.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that some of the younger guys on the line have definitely come into their own now, and I definitely feel like they're a lot better.
And
We had,
then
we had 2 rookies last year, didn't we, on the offensive line? That
but we have
I
veterans.
just-
Zach Martin.
We have
I just what
veterans too. That have
what I
come in.
miss is the fact that Dak is a running mobile quarterback, and that's what I miss the most. And I feel like the play action pass with Zeke or Pollard really opens some shit up. And I don't, like I said, I don't know. I said this last year. I'm not sure if it's Dak is too scared to run or if they're telling him, we don't want you running. We have 2 running backs that are, we pay a lot of money for
But
to run.
last year, the way Zeke was running last year and the way he's running this year,
completely different.
totally different.
Well, and then I would say that translates
hip
into
injury, bro.
rush though, like now because.
You
Because
have
Rush-
you have a running plan.
You have
that's
2
reliable.
fucking power backs, like you're saying.
Well, and
like,
then Rush, I think, is not a mobile quarterback,
Well-
right? He's more of a drop back
Oh, yeah,
passer.
So like,
sure.
okay,
in the
so
and I
that's
think
what I was
that
gonna,
game plan has helped him
so
rather than help.
That's what I
Dak.
was gonna say.
Like
So,
the game plan's changed.
now that you have Rush at quarterback, it's not the same dump off passes, not the little 5 and outs. So there's less guys up on the line, and it creates running space
But-
for
I feel-
but
your
that's what
running
I'm
backs.
saying.
Yes
Yeah,
or no,
like,
Anthony?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
So,
saying
like,
is the play
so-
calling is not the same.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's not
so-
the same. It's like the
Yeah.
game plan is
But
different.
I think it's because there's 2 different quarterbacks.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You go with the strengths.
But
of-
again,
of
it's
the
like-
But
quarterback.
Dak is more than capable to do the things that Cooper Rush is doing. It's the play calling.
I
that
also
they
think
had.
that people don't realize what Cooper Rush can do, so that makes him that threat. Too,
Yeah,
where it's like,
there's not
you
a
don't
lot
know
of film
what
on
the fuck
him.
he can do. Like
Yeah.
you have no idea. So when he does make these passes, you're like, oh fuck, like.
But
I
this guy
think
can
that
do
makes
this shit.
that makes a lot
That's
of
an X
difference
factor in
because
the game,
with
for
how
sure,
many
though.
cameras are out and how much film these guys watch, they know every little
Yeah, like
nuance,
Dak,
every little
they're like,
cadence.
okay, if he goes this way, he's either running it or he's checking it down.
But they don't let him run anymore. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm
The-
saying,
Yeah,
but
and I
I'm
don't-
just
I
saying
don't
as far as,
understand
as far as
just
film and
just
like.
look at the play calling that they did before Dak got hurt to after. They play a very, very conservative.
Yeah.
Very.
Do you
like,
think if Dak was healthy, they're 4-1 right now?
Probably not, because the play calling would have never changed.
Yeah, I think-
I honestly believe the offensive play calling. I mean, they might.
So
because
why
their
go
defense.
back? So why go back?
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
change
I
your
say
play calling.
I
That's
say
what I'm
I
saying.
say roll with Rush until he loses,
I
and
say
then you
keep
can
Dak,
start
but
to
let
decide.
him throw the ball.
So you
Why
think
you
you think they make Dak comes back at quarterback? You think all of a sudden they're gonna change the way they call plays for Dak?
I'm just
they're
saying,
not.
I'm just saying, let him air it out a couple of times. They never let him air it out.
Yeah.
Ever.
They're like very conservative.
Exactly. If you
Like,
would let him air it out and
here's
let
the,
those
here's the,
receivers
here's the
get
thing
up.
too.
Like
Here's
I
the
wish there
thing,
was a
too.
number on how many balls were like thrown over 30 yards.
There's
sure
a
there
reason
is.
why Schultz and Witten are like his top receivers
Yeah.
because
They're
Yeah,
10
10
yards.
yards.
past
So
check
like
down.
here's the thing, what I don't understand. In the NFL, the quarterback, he can override whatever the offensive coordinator does.
Yeah, check
So
out of it.
when things are going good, oh man, Kellen Moore, he's calling great plays. When things are going bad, oh, it's because they don't give Dak an opportunity to show what he can do.
That's
So it's
that's
like
every team though.
So it's like, man, Dak has, if he wanted to override fucking
he could.
Kellen Moore, he could, but he doesn't.
Because he doesn't like conflict.
He doesn't. And well, that's the thing. He's your quarterback, man.
He should.
He
I
should.
totally agree.
He should have the huevos to be
See,
like,
what I-
no, I'm
what
gonna
I-
do
It's
what I
also
want.
fucking the Dallas Cowboys.
What I question
It's
is, what are the checkouts, right? So, like, they call a play, they go out there, and then they see the defense, and then they change the play based on what they see in the alignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems because it looks like they've given Rush that same capability, right? Because he's been changing calls on the line. It's almost like I wonder is it the game plan and the checks that are out of that different than what they give Dak, or is it Dak is checking out of it and coming up with a different play that might not?
And the only
work.
ones that really know are the team.
That's what I'm saying. But it almost seems, I feel like because the game plan is Dak is a mobile quarterback, like it gives him too many options. I can run here, but should I? And I think that little bit of hesitation of him deciding what I should do is fucking with him. Where with Cooper Rush,
He's like, fuck it.
they're not going to make Cooper Rush run. So every play is basically just a route option rather than a mobile.
I think if anything that has been shown these last couple of games of Cooper Rush is that we can become a passing team.
yeah, just a drop
We
back.
were a play action team
Yes.
prior. We're straight up a play action team. And after a while, that becomes predictable.
Oh, yeah.
So
We were
why
never-
do you go back to Dak? Though?
Because Dak could still throw the ball. We just never had that fucking
Dak-
confidence.
Dak
I will
is still your
say
quarterback
do-
that you
I will
you-
say if
do
Cooper
you-
Rush wins this game,
Do
it's
you
going to
think-
be very hard
do
for
you
Dak to come
think
back.
Dak spins it better than Rush.
There are times where I've seen him throw, and I'm like, damn, that's a good throw. But then there's times where it's like, I don't know what the fuck Dak was thinking, if the receiver ran the route or what the fuck. But it's like way off.
Look at
So
the
what
throws
was that?
Rush
What's the
did.
answer?
I think if
Rush,
you can make a pinpoint pass one time, you should be able to do it multiple times. I mean, it's kind of one of those things like
so who's
practice
the,
it so many
who's the
times.
better passer is what I'm asking.
I think
Rush or Dak?
I think Rush is a more accurate passer, but I think Dak is a better player.
So if you like what you're seeing
I
with
think Dak is
Rush passing the ball in your pass game, why do you go back?
Well, that's what I'm saying is because when they had drafted Zeke with the intention of being a Romo game plan, right? Which Romo's not a mobile quarterback. He is a drop back passer, right? So they got Zeke with the mindset of that. Now, when they realized Dak was a mobile quarterback and realized that play action between him and Zeke really fucked with the defense, I think they changed the game plan. But now that they have
But they
Cooper
never
Rush back
changed
in
it
there,
back. After Dak got hurt, they
That's
never
what I'm
went to
saying.
him being a mobile quarterback.
no, they never went back to
Because
that.
they got scared. I mean, like,
They
But-
never went back to that. But
they
I don't know
never-
if it's
but they
Dak's
Never, but they never gave him the deep ball pocket passer either.
right.
So they were giving him like these fucking shitty.
But that's what I mean. I wonder if
play
like the
action
play,
plays.
if the play calling for Dak is just so vast that he has a hard time deciding. And maybe they're like, dude, Kellen Moore's like, dude,
And that's
I
Maybe
understand
he's
this play,
incapable of being
but
the
you
starter.
didn't notice this guy, and you
why-
should have changed it to this.
So hey, this is what I say. If Dak comes back, let him do a quarter or so, and let him air it out. You got a defense that's very dominant.
Yeah, keep the same game plan, keep the same
Let
play,
him-
just
let him
switch
air it out
quarterbacks.
and
I don't
see if
think you
he's
could do
hitting
a
it.
quarter because that's showing your indecisiveness on who you want to go
Well,
with.
I'm just saying.
Do 'em
give
both
him
on a
chance. Yeah, switch out quarterbacks.
I think what like
That'd
gotta- you
be
gotta
a
make the-
first.
you
You have
gotta-
a dual quarterback threat. Like
Yeah, I mean,
They're
Just
just
keep
tossing
switching
it back
up.
to each other.
the Saints do that shit.
You throw it.
After you, after you. Yeah,
sounds
they
like-
should try something different.
that sounds like a Sean Payton kind of offense.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's kind of.
No, I think
You also need one
But
to
if
be
you have
running
honestly,
super fast.
Abel, if you have a defense like we have right now, which is probably the most dominant defense in the league right now,
good defense.
It does open up the playbook on offense.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
allows you
It
to do
relieves
so
the pressure.
much more.
Oh yeah. Because you have a
Let you
defense, know
take
can
a
get
little
stop.
bit more risk.
Yeah, you know your defense is going
Because
to be
if
able
they
to stop
pick it
them.
off, they pick it off, and you know your defense will probably hold them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like when you had Dak,
We
your
didn't have the defense.
your
we had.
offense was so one.
I mean, last year our defense was pretty
It
good.
was.
It was so
totally
one-dimensional.
I
It was
totally
like
agree.
you had all these weapons and you never let those guys run.
I agree.
You never let them play to their.
It also was his
to their
first season back
capability.
after him getting fucking thrashed.
Yeah,
So,
they
like,
were
it's
trying to
basically-
protect him.
It
so,
doesn't
like,
matter though. Like
Yeah, it does. The fuck? You literally
Garoppolo
about
got
to throw him all this money, you
Garoppolo
need
fucking
him to
tore
be
his
good.
knee up and then he takes the fucking
Jimmy G
Niners.
is a backup quarterback.
Garoppolo, they were gonna throw him to the
They don't give a
trial
fuck about Jimmy
until
G.
they
No,
needed
when
him.
when
Nobody
hold on,
cares
hear
about
me
Jimmy
out.
G.
When he tore his knee up, the fucking second game of the season, he tore his knee up. The very next season, he takes him to the Super Bowl. So don't give me like, oh well, he came back from an injury and he
But
was
see-
playing very conservative.
Yes,
So-
but
so-
they didn't protect him.
They don't
Like
give a
I'm
fuck
saying,
about
the play
Jimmy.
calling-
If Jimmy G got hurt, they would have been like, you know what, fuck it, like that's fine.
They didn't.
No, they weren't, dude.
They did not protect him the way that they protect Dak. They don't give Dak the free reins that they gave Jimmy G.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy G takes him to the Super Bowl, and then they're like, maybe we don't want him. So it's like,
But see, this also kind of plays into like, can you just throw anybody back if you have a good offensive line? Like, can you just throw any quarterback back there? Because I mean, if you look at these other teams that have rookie quarterbacks or new quarterbacks, like the Jets and stuff, and they're getting fucking mauled, dude. Those poor quarterbacks just getting killed. I feel like our offensive line also has been really good, and
That's
to the
how it
point
was
where
when Tony Romo was.
it's kind of masking some of
so
those.
if Dak came back, would you make him be mobile? So if he rips up his knee or something,
I mean, that's what they pay you millions of dollars
Well,
for.
but-
It's
but-
kind of like,
it's kind of like the Bears. They got what's his name, Justin Fields.
yeah,
That guy is mobile, but they try to throw him from the pocket.
yeah.
Let him run. That guy is the best runner
let him
in the
run.
league, better than running backs. And the guy, they never let him run the ball. If you would just let him run,
Yeah, I mean, the more options and the more
at this
things you
point,
can throw at the
I would
defense.
start Dak and let him run, or let him throw the deep ball. And if he gets hurt, and we get Cooper Rush.
Yeah,
and we're back in the same position.
Well, that's what I mean. Now you know you have a backup quarterback that's capable. Maybe they open up some things for Dak where it's kind of
Dude,
like,
that's literally
we know we have
Jerry
somebody.
Jones, bro. If
follow.
the Cowboys lose, bet $1,000 million that Dak plays the next game.
like I feel
If
like
they
if
win, I bet you Cooper Rush plays.
But that's why I say like you stay with Rush, and if he gets hurt, you go back to Dak. Or if he
Yeah.
struggles, then you go back to Dak. But
Like,
he
I'm
hasn't
wondering-
shown any signs of struggling.
no,
Not yet.
no, he hasn't.
So why do you make the change? Like you guys are
I
rolling
say
now.
if I
you
say
guys
if
are
they
hot right now.
if they were to bring Dak in this game and we lost, I think a lot of people would be like, well, what
makes
the
it
fuck?
worse. Yeah.
It makes it
yeah,
worse.
exactly.
Where if now I do think if
This is
Cooper
a Jerry
Rush wins
Jones
this
game.
game, they're
Why-
like, dude,
why
Cooper
Hey, but
create?
let's be honest.
Why create
Wait.
controversy on your team?
Okay.
That's the fucking Dallas Cowboys,
what
bro.
is-
Just keep
It's
on
always
controversy.
controversy,
Wait, wait,
right?
wait.
Go
Dallas
with the
Cowboys.
hot hand, man. Go with the
since
hot
we're
hand.
playing what
Literally.
if we're playing what if Dak comes in and puts up 30 points?
Oh, if Dak comes in and plays,
Because our average is like 18 a game.
yeah, but we've
And
also
look,
only like I think we've only let
Allowed
one,
15 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
And
you have
crazy.
a defense.
Here's the crazy
That's
thing
what
too.
I'm saying. Our
Here's-
offense isn't.
well, because we
super
have a good
great.
defense, I
So-
think you can experiment a little bit
So
with the
this
offense.
is this
what
is
I'm
what I
saying.
wanted to say too. Is like when Dak went out and people were saying like, oh, he's gonna be out for 6, 7, 8 weeks, right? They didn't know when he was gonna come back, but it was gonna be a good period of time he was gonna be out.
Well, they were saying he was going to come back
They-
for the Rams game.
When every other analyst out there was saying Dallas Cowboys need to go and look for a quarterback,
Yeah.
even Jimmy G as an option. The Cowboys knew
They had
what they had in Cooper Rush. Yes or no?
Well,
They
see,
knew-
no, I don't know if that's the truth because they let him go. They signed him off he was on the practice squad and they let him
they
go.
brought him back.
He cleared waivers and then they brought him back. So 32 other teams had the opportunity to draft this guy and nobody did. And that's what I'm saying. Does it play more into the fact that our offense is
Offensive
so
line.
good that you can throw a quarterback back there
Well,
that's okay and he can still do really good?
I have a strong belief
Because he hasn't thrown like a
Well,
200 some game where you're like, oh my God, Cooper Rush is the man, you know?
I have a belief though that when you have nothing to lose, literally, because
Yeah.
he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're right. The
All he
team
has
had
is
nothing
the
to lose
game.
at that point.
When
They're
you
like,
have nothing to lose, the pressure on you is so. Obviously, the pressure is not on Cooper Rush whatsoever. Even if he
yeah,
loses
their
this game
expectations
today,
are so low.
He's gone what 5-1 as a starter.
dude,
He
that's
can only
awesome.
go up. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
literally, like-
I
And
think
if Dak comes in,
He
the
can only go down.
pressure
Yeah, like-
is so much.
I
High.
think
Yep.
I think what the Cowboys have on offense right now is they don't need a playmaker at quarterback.
They
They
need a
need a
manager.
manager.
Yeah.
And that's
I
what
agree.
Cooper Rush is. Dak, on the other
kinda
hand,
want a playmaker,
I
though.
don't think Dak
Michael Irvin or something.
has the mind of a great quarterback. I think he is very weak
Look,
in
dude,
that sense.
what I like about Dak is he seems he's very strong in
about
his
weak. Yeah.
beliefs, and he's not afraid.
Yeah.
I think those things are great fucking qualities in a leader, and I think that's why a lot of the team follow him is because they see
He's
what kind of a
strong
guy he
individual.
is.
Yeah, he's a
But
powerful
as
dude.
far as skills, I think he's definitely better than Rush. But I don't see the same kind of play that I did his rookie season. Like same with Zeke, right? Same argument with Zeke. It's like I don't know what
They
is
went out
up
there
with
to prove
Zeke,
something.
but he just is not running the ball like he used to. And I feel like our offensive line can hold up to Cooper Rush being able to be a quarterback. They should be able to move some bodies for fucking Zeke. And I just don't know if I've been watching him and I noticed I don't know if it's like he's not hesitating enough to let the blocks build for him. Like he's too
Jumpy.
anxious to go forward. Where if he just relaxed a little bit and let the blocks develop. Because man, you look at his rookie season and now it's like, what is going
Dude,
on,
he was
dude?
averaging like 8 yards a
I
carry.
mean, he
in
was
his
running
rookie
people over, jumping over people, spin moves. I mean, it was like Madden. Now it's like he runs in a downhill and just whoever stops him, that's where he stops. Like, I don't know.
Didn't he hurt his knee or something?
He hasn't played this. Yeah,
So
he hasn't
doesn't
played the
jump side
same.
to side anymore. He's just like I'm gonna.
He's
plow.
the same way, and it's like I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
I feel like if we had a better running back, or at least a little more production out of our running backs, that's definitely going to help Dak too, because that really opens. It makes everybody kind of go back a little bit,
But again, like I
or
think,
come forward.
I
so
think
he has
when Dak
room
comes in,
to throw the ball.
that's when guys start loading up the box because they know
Yeah.
what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They know
saying, because they know he's a
exactly-
mobile quarterback. That's
they
what I'm
know
saying. I think they
exactly
need to
what-
just, like what Peter said, keep the same game plan as they do with Cooper Rush. Just
I just
switch
wanna see
jerseys. That's all
Dak-
you got to do.
Throw downfield. Can I be honest? Like
Same.
I really do.
Big time.
I would love to see Dak go in, first play, first play,
First
fucking
time,
40 yards
Well,
down.
first time in
Well, and what
what,
sucks
8
is-
years. That would be amazing.
And what sucks is Cooper Rush is getting all these practice throws with all the receivers.
Yeah,
so he's the
getting
one
his
that's getting on
timing
time.
down. Yeah.
Dak's gonna have a hard time coming back because I mean he went through
But
the
he's
off
been-
season and then one game and then nothing since then. So it's gonna be hard to get into a rhythm with the
I think they
receivers.
should arm wrestle to see who goes first, like who goes starting.
I think it'd be
with their
cool to see them
ankles.
both on the field, Rush and Dak, just
Like
for one
swap
play,
out?
just like a crazy. No,
Like-
just the
like
two
if
of them,
it- oh,
like a
one
fucking
play?
Philly
Yeah.
special or some crazy shit like that. You know?
Philly steamer. Or what?
Yeah, just throw the Philly special on him. Fuck them. Do the same play to them.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for it. Or just hand off the ball. To
I don't know. I say bring
Dak
back
and-
Tony Romo, man.
Dude,
I
give
think
me
we
fucking
should.
Troy Aikman.
Dude, I was watching Troy Aikman on was it Monday Night Football? He looks fucking ripped, dude. For as old as he is, like
Dude, Troy Aikman's hands are this big.
the dude
Like,
looks like he could just come
He's
right
like,
off.
and this is the football now. It's
Because you
just
look
flying
at
through
you look
the
at
air.
him with like Brett Favre, and like Brett Favre's definitely let himself go.
Hey,
but Troy
Brett
Aikman's like,
Favre's in trouble,
I know,
huh?
he's-
He's
yeah.
gonna go to
Oh, 'cause he
jail
was
for a
stealing
long
money?
ass time.
yeah, man, he's
was what?
not looking good
He
for
was
him.
stealing money from
Yeah.
like
From where?
from
It was like a foundation.
So he was like
Yeah.
trying to build a volleyball stadium or arena or whatever
He
for
used
his
money,
kid.
but he
not
was
for what it was supposed
yeah,
to
he
be
was
for.
using money from like scholarships or I don't know.
Yeah, it was like welfare grants and stuff from the state.
Damn,
he
he's
was
going to
taking
jail?
it to go to his daughter's
But then-
volleyball team or some shit.
They were gonna build he was using the money to build a stadium, which I get. Okay, it's like I guess like your intentions
Community,
of
yeah.
trying to do it was good, but the way he went about it, it was just
That's like Amber Heard saying she was gonna
well.
pledge all that money and shit.
Well, what's good that came out of it is they found out there was a lot of politicians that were doing that kind of corrupt shit, right? And that's who he was asking the corrupt ones for
Hey,
money for.
what do you that we're on corruption? What do you guys think about what's his name, the owner of the Commanders?
Well, what happened? I didn't hear about this.
So you know what I'm talking about? That he's
I don't know. There's
so
allegations on him
sexual
every
assault.
Yeah,
and,
there's-
but there's like tons of
The
allegations.
owner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Money, like fraudulent use of money.
Oh,
sexual
prostitution?
sexual harassment.
Well, at
all this
one
stuff.
point, like,
but what he's doing is he's sending his own investigators to get dirt on all the owners of the NFL so they can't vote him out. Because like the owners can
Yeah.
vote you out.
Yep.
yeah.
And you have to sell your team. So he's sent investigators out to get
Jerry Jones
dirt
like my pictures
on-
are already out, bitch.
No, well,
to
I always
get
wondered.
dirt on all the owners, and they were even talking about it. I think on Thursday Night Football, they were like, "Well, I think his name's Snyder or something, right?"
You
Yeah,
watched
Rob Snyder.
Thursday Night Football.
Rob Snyder.
Fuck,
I know,
that
I know.
sucks, dude.
I was watching it.
That's a shit show.
Well, I always
I
wondered.
had to take 2 showers afterwards.
God damn.
That was a terrible game.
I always
Dude,
wondered
for
if
like
that's
the
why.
past 3 weeks
Yeah.
it's been bad.
I wonder if that's why
I
Jerry's
think
always
it's an
had his
average
family
of 6-3.
as like.
Dude, they said that
So their
Al Michaels
secrets
is gonna
stay-
die
you know what I
because
mean?
of Thursday Night
Secrets stay in the
Football.
family, baby.
Yeah, because like it's always weird how Jerry's always hired his family. Like I always wondered, like, is that to keep secrets? So like,
If
because
something gets out, it's
yeah.
one of you fuckers.
yeah, because just I always thought about that. Like, can you imagine if something like scandalous happened to the Cowboys?
There
Like,
has been.
yeah, there has, and they swept it under the rug really fast. But if there was something big, like, dude,
Remember that one
how
time
damaging that
Hollywood-
would be. That's why I always wondered, like, because they're all family, like, they keep all the secrets within.
for sure.
Dude, Jerry
dirt.
has his share of.
Oh, I'm sure.
Jerry
legitimate
owns the
kids.
Dallas Police Department, bro.
Yeah, he owns America. He's the president.
There's America's team.
But I'm just saying, like, I think it's. They were supposed to have a meeting. I don't know if it was happening this weekend or
I'll let you
something
know.
like that. But
I'll let you know.
but it was he's getting dirt on all the owners.
Dude,
and
we didn't really talk about, or we haven't talked about football at all. But
We did.
this,
We're
whoa,
on the Cowboys.
whoa, okay.
We just
This
yelled about the
episode
Dallas
we have,
Cowboys.
but I was. Did you hear about the Tua thing? Right, the concussion and everything. Did
Yeah.
you guys see that game?
Yeah.
Dude, that
What'd you
was
guys think
bad,
about that?
dude.
Like
Well,
4 days later, going back
That
out
was
and playing.
bad.
Yeah,
That's not good.
dude.
Sometimes
Have you guys?
You know
seen
how they have
Concussion?
like independent doctors? Nah, dude. It's all about the money, and like these guys somehow are like telling these doctors like, "Yo,
I'm good.
and the doctors are well aware of who are the fucking key players and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, who's a Tua?
So, yeah, dude, fucking Tua getting jacked up the way he did, and then for him to go out in what 3 days?
That shit was
Yeah.
whack, bro.
Dude, but
Like, nah,
all right,
bro.
So I
ridiculous.
understand that you're trying to protect players. They said this on Thursday Night Football. This is why I like Thursday Night
see a
Football.
lot of
wait,
I
wait.
know.
Chill, chill,
Peter-
chill.
They were
Peter's the-
teaching fucking.
You watching it on Prime?
physics on
Peter
Thursday
is
Night
the
Football.
only guy that
I-
watches Thursday Night.
I
Football.
watched it
actually,
too.
I
I
like
watched
their
it too.
broadcast team though.
God
Yeah.
damn, dude.
I like
Get a
Tony
life.
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And Sherman's on there.
Advanced physics on Thursday Night Football.
Dude, they have a good broadcast.
Who do
Yeah.
they have?
They have Richard Sherman. They have Tony Gonzalez. They have.
Oh, you're talking about the halftime show. But I think calling
Well,
the game,
the-
it's Greg Olson and
yeah,
Ken
Mike
Bernhardt.
Michaels.
Oh, it's Al
It's
Michaels.
Al Michaels. I thought
Yeah,
it
you're
was
right.
Kirk Herbstreit.
It's both of them.
Okay.
Al
Yeah,
Michaels,
Greg
do you
Olson
believe in
is on the
miracles?
Oh, you're
Fox
right.
is the
You're on
one
the
team.
Fox.
No. But
The Fox.
But I'm talking about the pregame show
Yeah.
and the postgame. and
Yeah,
halftime.
Richard. Yeah.
Richard Sherman, the guy from the Rams, the ball-headed guy, the lineman that won his Super Bowl after he was like 39 years old.
Oh,
I can't think of his name right now.
Wentworth or
J.G.
Whitman?
Wentworth, I know him.
JG went. Called JG went.
And then
877 cash now. 877 cash now.
They are not a sponsor of this show.
but
You could
anyways,
be.
they
You
were-
could be if you want to.
That's a good one.
But
J.G. Wentworth?
they have a good team.
Yeah.
And they were talking about
The games have sucked, but the commentary's been good.
Yeah, the commentators are good.
It's just a stand-up special.
Dude,
But
Al
they were
Michaels was
saying-
cracking me up.
They basically got into it and they were saying how, okay, it's still football. And like
I hope
so. No,
That's how they
this
sell
is-
it.
It's shitty football.
but it's still football.
No, because it's changed. Because as a defensive player, if you go in, there's been times where they wrap up. You can't hit them in the head.
Yeah.
So you wrap up, but you can't hit too low either.
You can't fall
So
down with all
you
your
can't
weight
hit
on them.
below the knees.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
hit the head. So you hit at the body, but sometimes they're taking a weird angle, so they have to spin. You know.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah,
to-
yeah.
And now that's illegal too, like to
mom's
throw them
calling
because you
me.
Yeah.
spin. So that's illegal. So how the hell do you tackle someone?
Yeah, it
Dude.
makes it hard for the
and
defense.
so that's
I mean,
what
they
they're
might as well
saying.
give the quarterback a flag and just pull the flag.
Like it's
I mean, flag football.
It's kind of crazy that it's going to be two-hand touch on the quarterback from now on.
I was watching college football the other day, Texas versus fucking Iowa State, and the fucking guy hit the quarterback like literally on the shoulder pads, and they were talking about how they want to take fucking helmets out of football. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
What?
I was
Okay, you
like-
want more injuries?
I know. I was like, they were like, we just can't have this types of hit. Like, I can't wait till they take the helmet out of football. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I think,
Dude,
I
I-
think
does that
it's a-
even happen?
it's
I saw an
extreme.
analyst. I can't remember who it was, but he was like, "Dude, this is a contact sport we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, this is football.
yeah,
Like,
that's why girls. Don't
that's
play the
what
game,
makes
coach.
football football. Is it is a contact sport.
Well,
we're not
now-
talking about baseball. We're not talking about fucking soccer. We're talking
This is
about
what
two
I
guys
think, like-
hitting the fuck out
But
of
now
each other.
you've seen
Look,
that they
so
have the cameras and
if
they
they're
review
gonna-
it, and they have like 3 doctors now
Yeah.
reviewing.
Yeah,
They
special.
still can't get shit right.
So I don't think you should throw a flag on some of those things, but you should review it, see how they get up after a play. If they're like their eyes are crossed, well then take them out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What were you gonna say, sir?
I don't know.
El luchador.
I'm tired of it being so soft. Like, I honestly, like, the
Dude.
quarterbacks nowadays, like, you can't do anything to them, and it really takes away from the game. I think.
I saw like,
Because
a
then
Sunday
we
Night
end up
Football
talking about stupid rules instead of the actual game and what
Or
happened.
not even that. It's just crucial. Like a lot of those sacks, those big sacks, come at crucial moments.
It's so hard
So
to get a
it's like-
sack as it is.
Yeah, and then you get a sack, and then they throw a flag.
Especially with all
and
that
then it's like,
holding, man.
oh
I
man,
know.
it was a 3rd and 15. Now it's an automatic first down.
Yeah, on the fucking 20 and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, bro, fuck you, bro.
It's like that's how you get rewarded is you hit him too hard. Like what the fuck, dude?
No, like-
you know how hard I'm trying over here?
I gotta get paid.
I gotta
buy
move this fucking
350
refrigerator.
Yeah, and get it by this 350.
No, dude, literally
pound,
in the Texas game,
runs a 4.5.
this guy fucking sacked the quarterback. The ball came out, and the guy is like, so as he's tackling the quarterback, the ball's coming out, and he's trying to grab the ball. He lands on the quarterback. They throw a flag for him landing on the quarterback. I was like, how the fuck are you supposed to play football? Like,
Yeah.
how, like, he's like, even the commentator's like, how is he supposed to go for the football? Like, if at a fumble, like, momentum is going. Like, this guy's fucking 380 pounds. Like, you can't just
And then
stop
you're
and be
watching
like,
it
oh,
in
let me follow
slow
over here.
motion. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like, well, dude,
Yeah, show real speed. Like,
I-
the fucking thing is
it's
like,
so hard.
I think it's because
You overanalyze stuff when it's in slow mo like that.
Mm.
I think the problem that the NFL falls into is they try protecting their stars, and everyone knows the quarterback are the stars.
Yeah, the franchise.
They're the
players.
ones that are the face of the franchise. So they try so hard to protect these quarterbacks that it's hurting the game, you know?
Yes, I think so. And then it comes to the point, okay, yeah, you're paying this much for your quarterback. You better have a lot of fucking money in that front line too, protecting him. And it gives more money to the big guys. I mean, because now they're even more crucial. Because, hey, the rules are softer now. You know, if they take our quarterback,
Yeah.
we're fucked.
I
You
need
know,
you to
so
be fucking
Do you think if
solid.
you were an owner, would you go up to your line and say, every game that you don't allow sack, I'll add 10,000
bonus?
to your a $10,000 bonus, and then every
I'm
sack
sure
you're
there's
allowed, I take
incentives
away
like that on the
$10,000.
fucking
I
contracts.
would, but then I would leave the consistency of the quarterback has to make a fucking completion because because if he doesn't make a completion, what good does it do you?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of incentives like that
That
on
you
the
don't hear,
fucking
yeah.
contracts. Like,
Yeah, come on, Jerry's giving
how
him
many
free
pan-
Whataburger.
How many pancakes you get in a
Jarius,
season?
I can see all these
shit
bitches
like
I got back here. They're all yours.
I'll give you $1 million gift card to Whataburger.
Yeah, fucking.
I got my.
I'll give you your own water. Bro, yeah.
Yeah, at your
fuck
house.
yeah.
Imagine.
The workers show up at like 5 in the
You see
morning.
that?
You can have one restaurant at your house. What would it be?
Oh,
like
fuck.
fast food.
Famous
Fast
Dave's.
No, that's not fast food.
It's pretty fast.
Damn, that's a hard one.
Whataburger is.
What about
champ.
fire?
Popeyes.
I think Whataburger.
I like Popeyes.
Hey, no one's judging here.
Bring the lady.
No, fuck no.
It's that Louisiana stuff.
No, Popeyes is over Whataburger. Whataburger.
Nah, I take Whataburger.
Whataburger's good.
Give me fucking
Maybe Wendy's.
Maybe Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is
like
good.
I'd go with
But I
Wendy's.
feel like I would get tired of the chicken every day and shit.
Yeah, that's why I think Whataburger.
Yeah,
they
because
got a
Whataburger
good.
has chicken, it has breakfast, it's got everything.
Yeah, they got a
so,
good.
So does Wendy's.
It's got salads.
Wendy's got like the best breakfast.
Bro, you fucking.
I've never had Wendy's breakfast.
I know, genuine. Huh?
I've never had Wendy's
No,
breakfast.
Wendy's has the best breakfast,
Is it good?
and Reggie Bush
Yeah.
eats there.
I tell
Reggie Bush.
I tell people everywhere. I'm
Hey,
like,
come over, Reggie. I got more Wendy's. Like, fuck, my heart hurts. I've been eating Wendy's for.
you
Hey,
have any Heisman's?
The other day at I went to Whataburger and I had a chili cheese burger.
Oh yeah, I
there at
saw those.
Whataburger.
Chili cheese.
It was all right.
I'm not a fan of chili cheeseburgers.
What's
Yeah.
your go-to? Green
No,
chili.
what-
From Whataburger?
Yeah,
Either number 5 or number 8.
Number 2 with
depending on how
cheese
hungry I
and
am.
jalapenos.
I
No.
go with the patty melt, dude. I love the patty
Nah, I
melt.
go
Yeah,
with
see,
number-
I like that special menu where you get the patty melt, the mushroom Swiss, or the
good.
green
Those are fire.
chili.
I go
Those are good,
Number 2.
but like
with cheese.
on an everyday,
Jalapenos.
it's like the number
Bacon.
one with cheese.
No,
Like
number
just
two.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's
simple.
the go-to,
number,
yeah.
That number one with cheese is so simple.
Number 5,
yet
bro.
so
a
good.
double bacon
Number 2 is the
cheeseburger,
same.
bro.
You just
Double
get
bacon
another meat.
cheeseburger.
With some
Number-
mayo,
well, yeah,
instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
mustard,
With jalapenos.
no
Jalapenos
onions,
are delicious.
86 the pickles.
The taquitos
Give
with
me
cheese.
a fucking chocolate shake. Give me some French fries.
Oh.
And let's fucking go.
And I had the fucking it was the
Dr. Pepper
white
shake.
chocolate
That's actually pretty good.
white chocolate raspberry milkshake.
What? They
I saw
got a
that.
white chocolate raspberry?
Oh yeah,
Dude, it is so good.
Where have I been?
Dude, I was farting
You're
up
at
a
fucking Dutch Bros,
storm
bro.
out. Damn it.
You're at Dutch
Yeah,
Bros.
go to
Amber! Some Whataburger.
I need some burgers.
Yeah, I don't think Amber likes the new studio because we say Amber. She's like, God damn it, I hate these guys.
She's like, I'm gonna fucking
shut the fuck up.
She's like, I'm
Are
trying
you
to teach
done
my
yet?
kid over here.
I know.
Pterodactyls.
Right now, that fucking Jurassic Park.
She's gonna stick the bird on your arm.
God damn.
That bird is scary, bro. That scared the fuck out of
Dude,
me.
I
last
felt
time.
so bad for Jamie.
Dude, she's terrified of birds, bro. Like, absolutely
It landed on
terrified.
her?
No, like
Anthony
it
brought
took
out,
off.
bro, and like it was crazy, like because I was standing right next to Jamie, and as soon as Anthony brought the bird out, she like looked at Jamie and was like, ah! and like fucking just flew right over her and was like fucking like hovering over her, and Jamie was just like, oh fuck, and then she like flew to her fucking cage. Dude, we were in the car and Jamie was like, I am like fucking traumatized from that.
What
fucking
is the
bird.
wingspan on that?
Fucking a
It's pretty
toddler and
long,
shit?
dude. It's like 4 feet or something.
Dude,
It's pretty
fucking-
long.
It's
Yeah.
massive, bro.
It's pretty long. Like she got on my shoulder and spread her wings.
Dude,
and they
it
were
was-
almost as long as my arm.
It sounded like Jeepers Creepers flying over us, bro. It was like,
I was not expecting. I was not expecting her to fly off like that. Like I brought her out just to show the baby, and she literally saw Jamie
Fuck that.
and literally just took off. Like
dude.
I even tried to grab her as she was flying away. Like I
Dude,
tried
yeah.
to grab for her foot,
Yeah.
and she just kept going. And
All
she
right,
just
Pat. Jamie has your baby,
like she knew.
and the parrot's coming right at him. What the fuck do you do to that parrot?
I mean, you have to kill the parrot.
Like, no, but what's your go-to? Are you throwing like a
Oh, I'm gonna do
straight
a
right hand?
Karate kick to the
Karate kick. Wax on, wax
Yeah.
off.
the crane
feathers.
kick. I'm a Danielson the bitch.
Patrick's like, I'm calling Randy Johnson to fucking throw a fastball
Yeah.
right at the
I don't want to
fucking-
be your child.
Yeah, I want to be your fastball pitcher. Yeah, I'm gonna call Randy Johnson, my jeweler.
Yeah, I felt bad, man.
Dude,
She-
that was so scary.
And then
bro. That was so
afterwards, she's
funny.
like, "I'm terrified of birds," and I'm like, "Oh, great! That makes me
Yeah.
feel even better."
Dude, it was so funny.
Yeah, went straight for it. Like she knew. She was like, "Oh, you don't like birds?"
Yeah, dude, like that.
I'm going
like,
right
I'm
after
telling you,
you.
like Anthony brought her out, and like the bird's head was just like, and I was like, oh fuck, and then like legit like just and I was like, oh shit. And then like while she was like on her cage, she was just staring at us, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh dude, she's coming for you, and she's like, let's get the fuck out of here, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
Hey, so besides the Cowboys being 4-1, who else do you think has been a surprise this season in the NFL?
Eagles.
The Eagles for sure, yeah.
5-0.
Yeah.
The only
The
undefeated-
Vikings.
Vikings?
Kind of.
That's a shit division.
Cousins is.
He's
That
kind
guy's-
of weird.
He's
huh?
always like
Inconsistent.
he fluctuates.
Yeah,
so
he's inconsistent. Like that guy could be the best quarterback in the league, and then the
I just
worst
feel like
quarterback
they're
in the
still
league.
gonna blow
Yeah.
it down the line.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like right now, Green Bay hasn't figured it out,
Nope. Yeah.
and then they're like toward the
can't
end
wait
of the
to see
season,
that.
they're gonna
Dude,
go on a
considering they're
7-game
having
run.
a bad season,
Yeah, they're gonna go on like a 7-game run and then fucking close that division.
Who
Dude,
do
shout
you
out to the NFC East, man. Like I heard we're like the most winning division so far.
Are they?
Yeah. Besides the
I thought you guys were gonna say the
Commanders.
Giants were the biggest surprise this year.
well, they're
Because
pretty-
like Philly had
and
talent.
if-
Philly had talent. Philly was a
Yeah.
playoff team last year.
I think I agree with you because I think
Whereas the
Giants-
Giants overall.
But
Yeah.
but you got to
Yeah.
think like
Dak gone
Saquon.
and-
Saquon's healthy.
dude, that guy's a beast, man. Like I wish Zeke would fucking run like that.
Like,
What
I
the
wish Zeke
fuck,
had Saquon's legs, bro.
dude?
Have you seen that guy's legs?
Yeah, that guy's a monster.
They're like fucking tree trunks.
Yeah.
He's almost as good as Peter.
He's doing the Peter,
Almost as big as Peter's.
Yeah.
the
Almost.
Peter Calf regiment.
The caphadactyls.
Yeah. There you go, Peter.
Nah, yeah, the Giants are crazy. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
Do
You know
you
who's
think
crazy?
at this moment?
Me
Do you
and shit.
think like the teams that are at the top of the division? Do you think it's gonna have like a flip? Maybe Philly falls off, or the Giants fall off, or maybe even the Cowboys fall off.
I
I
have
think
a question.
I think definitely the Giants will fall off, but I think there'll be two teams going to the playoff from the NFC East. I think this year. Yeah.
Dude, the Giants though, their line sucks.
I don't know
It's
how
their
the fuck
quarterback
they're
that's carrying them, dude.
You're right.
Because the second they blitz in, he's a runner, man.
Yeah. Well,
What's his
again, he's
Dave-
might be slow,
Davy
but
Jones
he's a,
or
Daniel Jones.
Daniel
Daniel
Son.
Davy Jones,
Davy Jones locker.
Davy Jones.
the pirate.
Yeah.
All right,
dude.
guys. I gotta get out of here. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Hey, real quick, if you check out Monday Night Football, I've been watching the one with Eli and Peyton.
Oh yeah, that one's
They do
fun.
a commentary. It's pretty good, dude.
Really?
Really?
funny.
You
Yeah.
like that?
Peyton and
Man.
Eli are funny, bro.
Yeah, they are funny,
They're
dude. Some of
funny
the stuff
people.
you say, you're like,
I can't watch that.
it's cool.
They have
It's
some pretty
they do
cool
like a
guests on there.
podcast, so they have
Yeah.
like guests on and stuff. And
I mean, I get
It's
it.
pretty
I've,
cool.
I've seen it here and there, but
That one
I
Bronco game
like
where
the
he's like
tradition.
standing
I just
up.
don't like when brothers work together. Fucking terrible.
Yeah,
it's so funny because they just razz on each other all
Yeah,
fucking
all
the whole show.
it's pretty
Um,
funny.
okay, Pat. Before you leave,
Oh yeah,
I wanted to ask you this for a while now.
yeah. You can get
Um,
lessons. Just
so-
kidding. Kidding.
Nah, dude.
I'm just
I'll give you a
kidding.
discount.
No, you're
Um,
free, bro. Everyone on the podcast is free.
Hey.
All right, so right now, Live Golf. Like,
Oh, bro, we're about to go on a tangent.
yeah, yeah. No. Like right now, Live Golf is like up and going. PGA, like they've been losing a lot of their players to Live Golf because
It's money, bro.
it's an endless amount of money.
Oh yeah.
What are your thoughts of Live Golf? Like, I just want to hear that first.
As far as financially, it's a great fucking thing for golfers because if you play golf like competitively and you know how much it is to go and like compete in tournaments and qualifying school and all that shit to get into the PGA Tour, it's fucking expensive. Like one golf tournament can cost you upwards to anywhere between $3,000 to like $6,000. Just that's expenses like hotel, like tournament fees and everything. So like you look at those things and like for these people that are fucking badass golfers, like collegiate golfers that are like going to these live golf that are getting paid all this money just to go and play like the game that they wanted to play, it's dope for that reason. Like financially it's awesome. But like as far as me and myself, like the PGA Tour is that prestigious tour. Like I'm not saying that live golf isn't prestigious because it's barely started and we don't know what the hell it could become. But I've known is the PGA Tour. Like I'm trying to get my PGA card. Like that's all you want is like a professional golf, like PGA. Like
Yeah.
golf.
That credibility.
Yeah, like there's like easily like I can go not easily, but like if I were in that spot like to go play and live golf, yeah, like financially it makes more sense. Fucking you get paid to fucking show up every fucking tournament. Like
Yeah.
every tournament you're getting paid, which is dope. And the PGA Tour, not even the PGA Tour, like even like qualifying school, like you don't know, like you're literally just playing to be there next week.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, you have to look at it from both sides. Like money wise, like fuck yeah, it's dope. But like as far as like prestigious and like, are you gonna get the same credibility of winning golf tournaments over there on the Live tournament? I don't think so. Like Masters, U.S. Open, the Open Championship, PGA Championship, those are all big major tournaments that big major names have won. That's
Yeah.
what makes golf.
But so a lot of the guys that have been moving over to Live Golf,
Mhm.
they have exemptions because they've won in the past. Like for example,
They're major
DJ, Patrick
championships.
Reed.
Yeah.
You know, you have Koepka, Cam Smith just recently moved over.
Mm.
Like so, those guys have exemptions to the major tournaments.
Mm.
But like, there's also other guys that are probably like, you know, top 50 players that have made the move over to live.
Yeah,
and
just because they can't win on the PGA.
and they're gonna
They're forfeiting their rights to
Yeah,
go.
they're-
To
yeah.
They're saying that they're not good enough to compete. They'd rather just go compete and get money. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, and I'm not saying that it's a
So-
bad thing because.
So
like,
do you
it's
think
not.
that was,
Like,
that
it's, like,
it was a good move for the PGA to give those exemptions to pass? Because
honestly,
like,
I
you
don't.
can
Well,
get
yeah,
your
I don't think so.
reputation.
It's
and then
not
if
so
you
much
wanna-
the PGA though that are giving them the exemptions. It's like
It's
they
the
earned
tournaments.
they
Yeah.
they earned
No,
those
I get
exemptions.
that. So we'll use Pat as an example. If he goes into the PGA, wins a couple of big tournaments down the line, and he builds credibility and a name for himself, I guess you could say. Then, if you wanted to go somewhere else, they'd be able to offer that.
That's where I feel like, okay, like my whole thing, like since I was a fucking child, like if I could win the Masters, like, and that's fucking a long shot, but like if I ever were to win the Masters, like that's it, like that's all I want is that one tournament. So like if it were to be like, okay, I get on the PGA Tour, I fucking play PGA Tour golf, I win the Masters, and at that point where I'm like, okay, like I'm a major champion, forever instilled in golf history. The jump to live golf wouldn't be as bad for me because, I mean,
You've already established a legacy.
that's literally all I wanted. Like if for me, like to get my dream, cool, that's it. Like I've played on the PGA Tour, got my dream, won.
So what you're saying is most golfers kind of that are emerging shouldn't forfeit that right?
Therefore, like I feel like live golf, you're forfeiting your
Legacy.
your legacy, and also like you're not challenging yourself to be like you are this good golfer. Like that's what the PGA Tour is. Like you can only win on that fucking it's a fucking professional golfers association. Like you're only gonna win if you're the best. And I feel like Liv has great golfers, fucking some of the best golfers, but it's that fucking that PGA crest, bro. Like that's literally all it is. Like
You gotta pay your dues.
yeah, exactly.
But after a while, if they continue to lose players at the rate they're losing players, is it gonna still carry that prestige?
I think the PGA will always have that prestigious
Because
of
like
all the players in the past. Like you can't start now
mhm.
and go forward from the players that have played in the PGA in the past because you're taking that PGA history and applying it to live golf. Like the PGA has been doing that shit for fucking over 100 years.
But like after a while, like I said, they just recently lost Cam Smith, right?
Yeah.
And that guy won the Open Championship.
Mm-hmm.
He is arguably the number. Well, I think they have him 3 in the world golf
Right now, I
rankings.
think so.
And so if you lose golfers like that, like I said, you've lost DJ, you lost Cam Smith, Brooks Koepka left.
That's
you know,
what's so cool about golf.
but like,
because like you have these collegiate golfers that are fucking nails, bro. Like if you were to watch the past weekend, there's collegiate golf people from Florida State, Texas, fucking North Carolina. You have these fucking gamers that think the same way I do. The PGA is this like procedure. Like yeah, they want to get paid, and I'm pretty sure some of them will go that way. But I feel like the PGA will always be the most prestigious golfing association ever. Like, like there's.
But what I'm saying
like
is
Tiger Woods,
if-
Finn Hogan, Jack Nicklaus, fucking Arnold Palmer, like all these fucking like Mount Rushmores of greats.
But it's also
All PGA.
it's also a name game, right? Like sometimes you turn in like you won't turn in to watch a certain tournament because you look at the cast of players that they have that week and you're like, there's no one really big because not all the big names play
How
every
many live
single
tournaments
week.
have you watched?
I've seen maybe like 6.
6 of them.
Yeah. Like this morning I was watching the Koepka one. Like they went into a playoff. It was pretty exciting, man. It was cool.
I mean, golf is exciting. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. But like you say, like these big names, it's great. Like that's what's great for live golf is they
Like,
have these big names. But that's
Like
as far as prestigious and like as far as it overtaking the PGA.
I'm not saying
saying
overtaking the PGA, but I'm saying like if they continue to sign the names at the rate they're going, there's gonna come a time like at the beginning of this golf season, they had only signed a handful of players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of players
like
that they were signing were like old timers like Phil Mickelson, Ian Poulter, like guys like that.
Well,
and
like
you're
even
like
them signing
Graham,
Bryson DeChambeau was
Graham McDowell and stuff.
Yeah.
you were like, well, those guys are old guys. Then they started signing DJ, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka.
But
and
all of those guys are already established major champions.
So,
that's
like,
why it's like they've already done that shit. That's why it's like you go to Live Golf because you've already you're a major champion. Like you have those exemptions, like you said. Like you can always go back and play those. Like that's why they're fucking are looking at money now.
Yeah.
Like, they're just trying to get money.
So but then they got those that have already won major championships, but they're also like ranked in the top 25, ranked in the top 30.
Yeah.
And then now they got a guy that's literally ranked in the top 3. So what I'm saying is, if they continue to sign these players that are actually the top players in the game, like, I don't think they're going to get guys like Justin Thomas or players like that. But if they continue to sign these guys that,
like, fan favorites, I guess.
Yeah, like the names.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay,
it's going to gain traction.
You're going to be like, Live Golf, PGA. Like, what are you going to watch? It's kind of like the NFL. If another league was to come up, like, let's say the USFL, which they wouldn't because they're kind of working together. But they start signing these guys that are like, we tune in to watch every single week, like a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, players like that. And they start moving over to this other league. You think you're going to continue to watch the NFL after, like, and it's different because the USFL plays in the spring. But if they were playing side by side, who are you going to watch? The names that you know, or the names, or the team names, you know? Like, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like, I get what you're saying. There is so much talent. Like, these young hotshot golfers that are coming in, guys that are, like, on the Korn Ferry Tour, especially, like, now, like, we have social media. Like, we know golfers now, and I'm super fresh to this game, but we know golfers now that we would have never known because of social media. Sure. Like, there's guys that are coming up, like, through the Korn Ferry Tour that you're like, God, that guy is a fucking baller. And then he finally makes it onto the PGA Tour, and then you're like, fuck, like, this is cool.
And that's what I'm saying.
And that's badass.
But
there's a lot of guys that, like, if you put the rosters side by side at this moment, like, people know the Brooks Koepkas, the Patrick Reeds, the Dustin Johnsons.
Sure. But why?
And then,
because
like,
of these PGA Tour, like, it's
no, but of the major wins that they have, you know,
exactly,
like,
because of the PGA Tour. Like,
so, like, that's where I'm kind of like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm not for Live or for PGA. I'm just, like, as a fan, like, just watching both. And I think it's a good thing to have a competitor.
No,
I don't think
agree.
it's bad.
Like, it's
I don't think it's bad. I think what rubs people the wrong way is the money behind Live. That's what rubs people the wrong way, like, with the whole Saudis and everything like that. But it's like,
that's kind of like, you go to a golf tournament, like Tiger Woods says, you go to a golf tournament to win a golf tournament. Like, you're not going to place last, and that's what Live is. You place last, you're still going to get paid. And I'm not saying that you don't get paid for last place in the PGA, but you paid so much money to get to where you were in the PGA, to where when you get last, you barely break even, and you're like, well, fuck, like, I gotta fucking be better than this. Like, that's so
there was one argument that this golf analyst made. He was saying, like, oh, well, in the PGA, you're able to, like, you have to fight for your money. Oh, yeah. And then he says, but in any other sport, you don't necessarily have to fight for your money. You're already getting paid. Like, guys in the NFL, they're going to get their check regardless how bad they stink. Like, Cooper Rush could throw 7 picks today, and he's still going to get his check this week.
But that's the difference.
You know?
That's what makes it between Live and PGA. Like, okay, you want to get paid for you being a fucking, like, a little.
Whereas in the PGA, a lot of guys are paying, like Patrick said, they're paying $3,000 to $6,000 to get in this tournament, and then they don't make the cut or whatever, and they lose money.
And you go back to ground zero.
And it sucks. And it's like, damn, dude, what kind of professional sport is that where you're paying and you're not, like, you're paying to get in, you're not making any money. You're losing money. So that's where, like,
that's what makes winning so much better on the PGA. That's why when you win on the PGA, you're fucking crying, because it's like
Super Bowl.
Like, people fucking take 20 years to win on the PGA, but when they do, it's like, fuck, like, I worked my entire life to get to this point, and thank you, God. Because it's that. It's literally, like, the hours that you put in. Like if you were gonna tell me you're gonna get paid no matter what, I'm not gonna put in the same amount of hours. Like I probably wouldn't. Like,
but I think the guys that are on Live as well, like they've been the guys that have grinded over the years. So when they had that opportunity to sign with Live, they're like, fuck it, I'm taking it.
Exactly.
Like I'm gonna get this paid.
They're selling themselves short. They're already telling themselves that they can't do it. That's why I'm not upset. Because go get the fucking bag, go get paid. But as far as a professional golfer, like that's what it is. Like you're fucking are trying to win. And that's what makes winning so much better. Is you have no money.
But you think that in any other sport, like if it's football, basketball,
it's
baseball,
not the same sport. It's
they're
not
golf,
gonna be golf is completely different. That's why it's you win. You're fucking damn. This guy fucking won the Masters. You're enshrined in fucking forever, bro. It's not the same as like Dallas Cowboys. Like okay, like Cooper Rush comes up, like you said. If he doesn't show up, he still gets paid. That's Live Golf. Like you're gonna get paid no matter what. PGA is. You show up, you fucking win, you get paid, and you fucking feel like $1 million because all the fucking steps that took you to get to that one point, you winning fucking trumps all those fucking bad things. And that literally me just winning a fucking high school tournament, bro. Like I felt that.
So $1 million question right now at this very moment.
If I can be on the PGA Tour, go to Live.
No. This is where you're at right now. If Liv called you and said, you're guaranteed to be on our tour next year. You're going to be getting paid. You have your family taken care of and everything. Or you're right here at this moment. What are you doing?
I mean, do I still get to compete?
No. It's Live.
Then
you go to Live and you're going to get paid at this moment where you're at right now because you're going to be a PGA pro, right?
Wait,
hold on.
When you sign, is it just for one tournament or is it like you're a Live member forever?
It's like a contract.
Yeah, you're on the tour, Live.
Yeah.
So like what I'm asking right now at this moment, you're Patrick. Are you gonna go to Live, get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, guaranteed, and you're gonna take care of your family,
No,
or you're
gonna
take this chance at this moment?
Because for me as a person and like my goal. Just to have that PGA card is all I want. Like, money is great and everything, but, like, for me to live my dream...
You're going to take a chance on yourself right now.
I would take a chance on myself. That's what we live for, no? So take a chance
I don't
on yourself.
know.
Yeah.
You don't take a chance on yourself?
No, I was asking the question. Like, I'm asking you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm answering. Like, I would take a chance on myself. Like, that's... My dream is to be on the PGA Tour. If I were to jump ship, I would never be able to do that and never fulfill my dream.
So if Liv is listening, they could sign me and I'd go with them.
Yeah, you're not gonna take a chance on yourself, Peter.
No,
you're gonna take the hundreds of thousands of dollars
because I could get last place and get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like, I'm not anything like against it. Like you can totally fucking go chase your check and go get that.
Anthony, what are you doing?
I mean, I would take the money, but I have no.
But
I have
not a golfer.
I have no dream or aspirations for it. So
and then I'd do a one-on-one play with Pat and be like, "You're going down." And then he'll kick my ass, and I'll be like,
"Winner gets the check. Winner gets your check." How about that? No, but no, it's just
I get it. Man.
I get it.
No,
I respect that, Pat.
No, I mean it's like for the game of golf, I love it. Because like you said, like it. Grabs
I always say you bet on yourself.
It always grabs the audience, and like it's just like baseball. Like people are trying to make baseball faster and make it easier to watch, and like golf is not the easiest sport to watch. But when you play golf, and you fucking realize like, oh damn, this fucking guy has a fucking 18-foot par.
Couldn't you make the argument saying that if you go into Live, you're gonna bet on yourself that you become like you're gonna win every tournament, where the PGA is gonna be like, dude, it's not like we can't invite this guy back, you know?
I think eventually that's what's gonna happen.
It might. So it's gonna take some fucking talking between Greg.
Like
Norman.
I said, like right now, Cam Smith, like dude, that guy is balling. He is balling, and they lost him to Live, and then like you think, like some like the PGA, like let's say the PGA Championship, right? Like the major, not the tour, the major. You think they're not going to want them to compete? Like you don't think
but they don't want to bite on it yet because
you don't. But like if what I'm saying is if they continue to lose the amount of players, does that then become a major championship?
I feel like that also gives you an opportunity
because you're not playing against the best players in the world anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to count on Cam Smith on running your tournament like that.
No, but
that
like
gives
there's
you, like,
other players,
another person to
but
win the
there's-
PGA Championship to be like, damn, this fucking guy like
The
a Scotty-
competition's tighter.
like a Scotty Scheffler. Like Scotty Scheffler was nowhere fucking a year ago, and look at him this year. He fucking came out and balled out. Like won fucking 4 golf tournaments, won a major. Like the dude was balling out, and like it's those guys that you fucking have no idea that come out of golf, fucking out of college golf, that are just fucking animals. Like, but that's what it takes. It takes them fucking playing these tournaments and winning them, like a Cam Smith or a Scotty Scheffler.
Look at Pat.
But with that,
Pat,
I'm out of here. I'll see
Yeah.
you guys later.
I
Good
think
job,
we're
Pat.
we're at 145.
145. All right, Pat.
I'll see you later.
Nice little.
Go PGA Tour, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can I come?
What?
Can I come?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
We're playing for your check.
See you, Pat.
All right, so, man, Pat got really passionate there. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's fighting for. I like that. But anyways, Pat just walked out. He was so passionate about his golf.
Gonna go practice a swing.
But I mean, just asking you guys, like obviously you guys are not familiar with what's going on, but there's another tour that is basically buying off players
Yeah, I know all that.
one by one by one by one. Does the product, my question was, does the product still have that prestige as what Pat was saying? I don't believe it does anymore. After a while, if they like going to the NFL,
Depends on
because-
who they get. I mean,
because-
the big names are what's going to drive.
But that's
the
what I'm
audience,
saying.
So.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they signed DJ, which is a top 10 player.
Yeah,
They
but those
signed-
guys are still gonna play
they signed-
in those big tournaments, though.
But yeah, in the majors.
Yeah.
But we were talking about PGA Tour. They're not going to play on the PGA Tour.
No.
So again, what then becomes of the product?
Well,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Well,
Like-
and I get what Pat was saying. You're using it. You're seeing and then this is kind of a step, but you're seeing those small tournaments in the PGA as kind of like AAA baseball. I'm gonna use baseball because we're a baseball.
Yeah.
You know, so you see guys that are up and coming that aren't gonna go for these live contracts yet because they're trying to sign the big names. You said that, right?
And some guys have like Sam Horsfield.
yeah,
he's
but,
a
but
top-
they're
he's
they're
like a top
prospects.
player.
Yeah, they're
No. He's like
yeah.
one
Has
of
he
the
What
won
I'm
a
top players.
saying
PGA
is,
though?
but what I'm saying,
He's won in the DP Tour, the European
Yes.
Tour, which is like kind of the same level as the PGA, but in Europe.
yeah,
So he was one of the top prospects.
that they signed.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that the PGA is basically another prospect ground. Those small tournaments in the PGA.
Corn Ferry Tour.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what it's called, but it's a prospect ground where these guys could then they're still using it to build up a reputation, like Pat was saying. You build up a reputation, then down the line, they're gonna this live golf or whatever they're gonna come and they're gonna say, hey, do you want this? We could offer you, we could guarantee you this money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not at that prestige level, like we were saying, you're gonna lose your opportunity. You're forfeiting your right to participate for now, because as far as like talks are, they can't participate in these big masters and all that. So I understand what Pat's saying, that if you're paying your dues in the smaller PGA tournament, and then somebody says, hey, I'll pay you this money. However, your dream of ever putting on a green coat will never happen. Like, as of now, that kind of sits sour with some people. Some people that want that legacy, that
And I think they're
prestige.
selling themselves short by doing
But,
that.
okay,
By
if-
giving
I
an
don't-
ultimatum.
okay,
I
if
don't-
you're good enough, if you're
I
a
don't-
good enough football player, and we go back to other sports because I'm trying to put some
In
some
context.
context to it. If somebody said, "Hey, you could sign this contract in the NFL because nothing's going to compete with the NFL, but you could sign this contract with the NFL. You'll always start, you'll always make good money, but you can never be in the Hall of Fame." Would you do it?
Go after the money
Yeah, go after the money, but you'll never be in the Hall of Fame.
or go after the money. And the reason for that, like you've seen it like in baseball, for example. Guys are playing for that contract. So what like the whole steroid controversy, the PEDs and things like that. Players are willing to jeopardize their career for a big contract. Many players have jeopardized their career because they say, the longer I stay in the league, the more checks I'm going to receive.
Yeah, but that's a
And-
short-term goal. Because
No. So
overall, when they get to a certain age, I really believe most people want to join. They want to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I would
I
say.
really believe that.
I would say that's even chasing the money more because just your
Once your legacy's
your
set,
legacy.
if
You're cashing in on checks on your legacy.
if that was the case, Barry Bonds would have never taken PEDs.
No, I think he took PEDs because that was the environment he was in. Let's be honest. Everybody in the fucking 80s, 90s was taking PEDs.
Yeah.
Only a few got busted, the big high profile. But let's be honest. We cannot play the blind eye. I could honestly say
but-
maybe 90% of the MLB took PEDs.
Like, it wasn't
like,
until
it's not-
after everyone else, like Barry Bonds was already like one of the best players in the MLB. And then he saw Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, two guys that he was a far better player
Are
than
you
them.
truly saying that Barry Bonds never took PEDs prior to seeing them?
I don't believe so
I
because of the
do.
way he blew up.
Yeah. But
The way
I
he blew
strongly-
up from after the home run chase that Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa did, and he blew up the next seasons after that. Yeah, I think it was something that he was taking after
Maybe
after
he was
the
on a
fact.
different regiment, but
So-
I honestly believe most of the players.
But what I'm saying is like my thing was if
I get what you were
the,
saying.
the best players are no longer playing in this tour, this league, you can't call it the prestigious league anymore. You know?
But the player,
It
but,
loses
but
its-
what Pat was saying, and I understand this, is that the best players made their prestige
Yeah, they've already.
through another league, through this league that made them prestigious, that
Mm-hmm.
got their name out there, and these people with money just poached them.
Yeah, basically.
Like you can't. A billionaire, if a billionaire or it'd have to be a super billionaire.
Yeah, well, those guys are rich.
If Elon Musk or freaking and Jeff Bezos got together and they started their own NFL and they just started poaching all the big names right now, all the big names that are there, Josh Allen and all them, you would now jump ship from the NFL to that league just because they poached them?
It would
Like
depend
the
on-
NFL wouldn't mean anything to you, or MLB if another person started some kind of baseball league and said, "Oh, all these crappy teams like the Pirates and all that shit, we're gonna get rid of them, but we're gonna poach all the fucking home run hitters. We're gonna poach Aaron Judge. We're gonna poach all these people, and we're gonna pay them, and we're gonna create a super league."
I think it muddies the waters.
It does because then you're so committed. These familiar teams that you remember, these players that you knew, are now gone. This tradition, and that's where I think
and you start
Pat, who follows golf, because I don't follow it, I can't have
Yeah.
the same passion. But somebody who follows and has these traditions, and
Yeah.
you have your team. You're an Indians fan. I'm a Diamondbacks
Guardians.
or Guardians. Then you lose that, or somebody did with the
Yeah,
NFL, and there's
for
no
sure.
more Cowboys. Like, and just because a bigger budget came in and started poaching these people, you'd kind of be like, "This sucks."
I mean, it's kind of similar when a player,
And I'm
your
just-
your
that's
star
a
player
very-
moves to another team, right?
So
That's
they-
a very
so they-
drastic.
you're not
example.
rooting for that team anymore, right?
So they-
Dak fucking goes to the Niners. I'm not rooting for the Niners. I'm still
Yeah.
rooting for the Cowboys.
And they kind of do it in
Because there's tradition.
they
in it.
kind of
Yeah.
do it in soccer though.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, but soccer sucks. Nobody likes soccer.
it's only the world's most famous.
Yeah, I feel like the
Because they don't have
PGA.
anything
Well,
else.
the PGA is such an old tradition that I like. What Pat was saying is the fact that you grew up with the intention of going into the sport for that.
That's what I think he means prestige,
Yeah.
not necessarily prestige.
Not like the
in,
best
money
competition
and
because
all that.
competition comes and goes, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
You have
No,
greats
of course.
that
We're
you know.
talking the traditions of a sport.
Yeah.
If baseball
And-
was to totally disintegrate because some high billionaires all got together and created their own league
And not only-
their own teams, I'd be like, man, what the fuck? Like, I'd be upset.
Well, not only that, when you talk about greats, right? You
I'm
talk
not
about
saying
like
that it
Jordan or you know LeBron or whatever. It's always how many championships have they
Yeah.
won, and that's what you compare them
Yeah,
to.
and not
When you
saying-
have this, it's kind of like okay, he's won in the what do they call it, the
Live.
Live League or whatever. But again, what does that mean? You know what I mean?
Because it doesn't have a tradition.
it doesn't have that notoriety.
Now they
Yeah.
might have the big names,
Yeah.
like you said. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say because
Who knows? 50 years from now, maybe it does switch over, and that's the big league that everybody's going to. But I think it takes a lot of fucking time to break that tradition.
Yeah. But like at the rate they are going, guys, like that's what I was
because they got money. I mean, that's the thing is you throw money. I mean,
but like what
sometimes that might not be the wanted thing though. You're throwing money out.
But what I was trying to say was like, let's just say you start stripping a lot of these star players from the NFL and you start another league. Is the NFL gonna be the league still?
Yes.
At the moment, it will. But over time, if they continue stripping,
but they have to go through. They have to go through the NFL to know who's great, right? So I mean, at that point, you're still feeding the NFL. So once they retire, it's kind of like they're already at the end of their.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying,
it's a retirement league.
No. But it's not a retirement.
That's what
league.
it becomes. Is because of retirement league because you have to prove yourself first.
That's why I made the point to Pat. Like at the beginning, they signed guys like Phil Mickelson,
Graham McDowell, the big names,
the old big names.
They got to get.
Then golf is a different sport because it's hard to dictate because you got guys that could play well into their 50s.
Then they signed the middle range guys, and now, like I continue to say, like Cam Smith, Bryson DeChambeau, Matthew Wolff, those are all guys in the prime of their career. They're in their 20s. Like this is the prime of their career, and they chose to go this route. So what I was saying is like, if they continue to lose these players in their 20s, they're no longer chasing the Phil Mickelsons that are the old timers with the prestige. They're now chasing the younger ones with the prestige. So,
but then that also opens the door for other people to jump into the PGA because now they're leaving.
But now, as a casual fan, like you're gonna be like, holy shit, dude! Like you're gonna see the two rosters, and you're gonna, which ones do I know? Do I know?
Yeah, but sometimes the come up is the most exciting, right? When you see a new player that's.
Well, I'll give you one thing. Look at. It's,
like how many times do you want to see Tom Brady win?
Say,
he's won. Okay, that's enough. Like with the next guy.
No. But what I'm saying is, these guys that are dropping all this money into this tournament that they're poaching people, they're still in the infancy.
Yeah.
Now, are they going? And we don't know their long-term plans. Are they going long-term, or are they going
exactly? We don't know.
Or are they just going like, hey, let's do this for a couple of years, quadruple our money, and then pull out?
Yeah.
And then those people that left a sour taste. I mean, we don't know. This is totally
exactly. And see, like that.
So
and that
was
the point Pat was trying to make.
Would you go with something
because
that's
like
for sure?
you are chasing the quick dollar. You are chasing the quick dollar, and you don't know the long term. Like, let's be honest. Like a guy like, for example, Sam Horsfield. Like this guy he's a young hotshot golfer. He decided to make the move over to Live Golf. Now, at this moment, he's blackballed from the PGA, right? He didn't count on himself to make a name for him. He got the money quick, but like Peter said, maybe in 3 years, Live is irrelevant. They're already like, nah, we tried this. We don't want it anymore. Now he's never going to make that jump over. However, a guy like DJ that signed the $200 million contract to play in Live Golf, like, he doesn't give a fuck anymore because he's already won. He has the $200 million contract, whereas Sam Horsfield didn't get that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how hard would it be for the PGA to do something similar where you have to sign a contract
now,
with you?
Well, so that's what
would that take away
from it?
from
Could start competition.
So that's what I was going to tell.
Better pay.
I was trying to make this point with Pat too because the PGA has now already started to increase pay and create more opportunities. So that's where competition is a good thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing.
So let me tell you.
I think
if you were
the problem
judging Pat right now, how he said, would you say he made the right or wrong decision?
I think he made the wrong decision.
Wrong?
Yeah.
I say right because if he's still pursuing this, even though there's no true guarantee that he's going to be great in PGA and somebody's trying to poach you off, if he just makes it and there's that competition, then he's showing that loyalty to an established traditional tournament.
Yeah, it shows his character.
It does.
Who he is.
And then
a lot of people value that more.
And he pushes himself.
I'm just saying,
and then
from
the pay will
I was like,
obviously
damn, dude, that's like if you're on tour, like I think next year, Liv is gonna have like
and kind of like
I think 12 or 14 12 or 14 tournaments next year. The guys that are like shooting last place, they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if you play all those tournaments, you're going to
you're
be
a
in the
mil-
millions.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
going to be in the millions. And for Pat to be in a stage in his life where he's got a family now, he's got his girl,
But
like
let
he's
me-
going to set her up like in a good way. Who knows what the struggles may entail later on down
I
the
think
road.
in his
and this-
mind, though, he's
But-
settling for that.
let me tell you something.
His dream is to
So
go to the PGA.
Yeah.
If you're, because let's be honest, golf is hard.
Yeah.
So if you're scoring last place in every tournament or in the end for 1 year, yes, you make a shitload of money.
Yeah.
But you've already burned your bridge with the PGA.
Yep.
And if Liv doesn't invite you anymore because they're poaching more people, you're done.
Yeah.
Your career's done.
And that's where I say, because if you're stinking shit up in the PGA Tour, you didn't make any money. You just lost a shit ton
So
of
that's
money.
what Pat said.
Hold
Garbage
on.
people are
So,
going towards
not garbage people.
But some of those that are there.
But
bottom.
but here's the
You're the
thing.
one that just said it.
No, and that's why I made the other point. If you're good enough, if you're gonna count on yourself, because he was saying, well, these guys are just gonna go and chase the dollar. But I was like, if you go in to live with the mindset like I'm gonna win every fucking tournament, and you finish top 5, top 10, and you win a couple of tournaments and live, you don't think if live folds, you don't think these other tournaments are gonna go after you? Yes, they are.
Yeah,
because
they
you are
should.
now a name. So you're not counting yourself out. Just because you go to live, you're not counting yourself out.
You're not counting yourself out, but you're selling yourself short.
Not necessarily.
Because I feel like everybody's-
you're betting on yourself.
Yeah, but everybody's
you could
dream
bet
is
it.
to play for the
But
PGA,
Abel,
not
Abel,
not
but
to
you
play
can-
for second
But why
place.
not? Why
Abel.
you can't do both? You can't
Abel.
get the
You can't.
money early
Abel.
and then bet on yourself where you could potentially be on the tour because you're so goddamn good. They can't not have the tour without you.
But you're playing chance. Now,
In both
obviously,
scenarios, they're playing
obviously.
chance.
Yeah, but at least
But
one you're chasing your dream,
if
and
you-
the other
if-
one you're settling for something that
if you jump into this, okay, you're playing chance that they are even going to invite you back. And that's saying that if a PGA is somebody that's stuck with the PGA the whole time is probably as good as this person, you're playing chance that they're going to invite you back. If you're like a prospect level, not a established.
Yeah, if you're at a prospect level, there's no guarantee that you're going to even make it on the tour.
True.
Because the PGA Tour, it's not like, oh, you're going to go straight into the PGA Tour. There's guys that are shooting 6 under par that are going to lose their fucking Korn Ferry Tour card.
Yeah,
But I
people
guess-
like-
shooting 6 under par aren't getting invited to the live tournament either.
Yeah, they are.
well, and if they are, they're probably doing a lot better because the competition's not as strong. Like they're placing at the bottom for a reason because
Or-
there's better people
Or
at the
I'm
top.
just saying they're gonna be playing these tournaments where they're shooting 6 under par normally. They're getting invited. If they're shooting 6 under par now, more than likely, and they're playing against these guys that they're poaching off that you say are great players, then they're not going to be advanced and they're going to stay at the bottom, and then they're not going to get invited back to live, and they're going to get lost in the transition, and then they won't even play golf anymore. I mean, there's a lot of what if. That's what I'm saying. You're playing devil's advocate here,
both
obviously.
scenarios.
Yeah.
But
I'm
again,
just
like the
saying.
notoriety of the PGA, that's what you grew. It's like the NFL, right? People play football in their backyard and they're pretending they're in the Super Bowl. I mean, that's what your dream is. I feel like it's an internal conflict. I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, right?
Nobody
but
plays in
Yeah,
the
like-
backyard and says, "Oh man, I'm in the XFL championship."
yeah, it's like everybody goes for the notoriety of the
US
big game, and until they dethrone PGA as the big, it's always going to be that way. And like I said, I mean, them poaching people, it's just for the views. I mean, they got to get big names in there for the views. But again, I feel like it's
Anyways, I don't
it's
really like
watered.
golf.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
I
like
like going golfing, but
I feel like it muddies the water, and it just
I think for the longest time, the PGA was the only the only tour, right? Like, I mean, well, there was the DP Tour, the European Tour, but now that they have this competition, their thing is they're gonna badmouth them as hard as they can to kind of.
But that's why I say, like,
And
would it be hard for the
so-
PGA to do the same thing and just say, okay, well, you're gonna have to choose now. You either stick with us or you leave.
well, they do that.
Is that what they're doing now?
Yeah,
What?
they only give like their top players exemption to the big tournaments.
Well, like no, the exemptions are like for the major tournaments. They have exemptions because they've won.
Yeah, that's
Like
what
if
I'm
you
telling
won,
for the big
the
players.
PGA doesn't. The only PGA is the only major they have is the PGA Championship. That's the only major they
So
have.
you don't sign a contract at all to get to the PGA.
As far as the Masters, as far as the Open, as far as the other one, what's it called? The US Open, those are separate from the PGA Tour. They're not PGA Tour.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The PGA Tour is different
Yeah.
from the major tournaments. The only major tournament they have is the PGA Championship. That's it. So where people say like, oh, well, the PGA Tour, the prestige isn't there throughout the whole tour. Throughout the year, there's about 40
Golf's so
tournaments.
weird like that though.
Throughout the year, there's about 40 tournaments, and not the best players play in those tournaments. Like the John Deere Classic or whatever. The best players aren't showing up for that shit. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know enough about.
That's
golf
what I'm
to-
saying. Like,
I think golf's winning because we've spent an hour on this anyways, and I don't think we've ever talked an hour of golf.
no, we were talking more of the business sense of it. We weren't talking so much about the golf. We were just talking about the business sense of.
Golf's such a weird sport because of that. There's not
when we were trying to make the comparisons to
wins,
like
losses, and-
to baseball or football, you can't.
No,
I think the
it's
best
too-
thing you could do would be like the NASCAR series or some shit like that.
Where it's an
Where it's an individual sport,
opposed to-
and then like
But even then, I think they do by like wins of each race, right? And
yeah,
then you
so
get
like
put into
so
a
like the
bracket, winning bracket.
the
type
NASCAR
deal.
series, like they have multiple. It's a
Yeah,
tour
throughout this, it's like
Yeah,
a season, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tour.
You have a
And-
game,
and
it's-
it's an
each
individual.
track is a
It's an
game.
individual sport for
Yeah.
the most part, right? The names are the ones.
Yeah, but like I said,
that are
like
getting the glory.
each race is building
So-
to the championship.
Yeah,
Where I feel like golf is not that. It's kind of just based on your record of different tournaments you've played in. But it's not like each tournament is a part of a season.
yeah,
or-
it is. It is a part of
It
the
is?
season. Yeah, because at the end they have like the FedEx Cup or whatever the fuck, and depending on where you rank throughout the year.
But is
gonna
that part of
give
the
you-
PGA?
Yeah, it's part
So
of the
once you
PGA
beat
Tour.
that,
It's part of the PGA Tour. So like at the end of the year, you can win. I think it's like $15 million for the FedEx Cup
ranking.
and shit.
Mm.
So so the tour has its own like, it's
You get
like Super Bowl at the end. It's like the FedEx Cup, but as far as major tournaments, those are separate. And then the tour itself, like,
see, I
is
feel
a
like the
season.
major tournament should be like the playoff. You know what I mean?
Do you get more points for a tournament?
for
Big tournaments, you get more points towards that FedEx Cup?
you get the points from the PGA Tour. So if you
Yeah,
play,
yeah. But do certain tournaments hold more weight?
yeah. Well, like some
Like,
tournaments,
they hold more points.
yeah, like the Arnold Palmer,
Yeah,
whatever
that's
the
what I'm
fuck,
asking.
and then the Players Championship. Like those
don't-
are like big tournaments
I don't
on
know
tour.
golf.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
don't know enough about
but
it.
like
but
again, like you
I've-
have the Jackson Hewitt Invitational, whatever the fuck. It's like, okay, nobody's fucking watching that,
I
and
like
not
that
even
one.
not even the big players are gonna show up. So when they say like, oh, well, on the PGA Tour, you have the best competition, those big names aren't showing up for that fucking tournament. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in Live, the players that they've signed, they have to show up for that tournament because there's less. PGA's got over 40 fucking tour dates, whereas Live only has a few. They have like at this moment, I think it's only 8. Next season they're gonna have like 12 or
I
14.
feel like you're in love with Live.
like I feel like
It's not that I'm in love with it.
I feel like it depends on how they come about it against the PGA, right? Because a lot of other sports, like let's say football, right, the XFL and stuff, it's just another venue for players to get seen, right? No one's really watching the XFL, but you hear of players
Yeah.
that get drafted from the XFL up, and it's usually because of injury or whatever, or maybe they might see something
They
that
make a scout team.
it's just basically just to get your name out there more, right? Where I feel like if this new tournament is butting heads with the PGA, I think that's the wrong way to go about it.
the best example I could give, like, in a
Like it
sport-
should be a
in
new league to
in
let
in
newer players
in a-
get seen,
Well, it is
not just picking all the big names.
But like I said, they have gotten young hotshots to go to Live. They've taken that chance to jump over to Live.
See, I think that's.
So-
I mean, again, if it's another platform for players to be seen, I think that's a good thing. But if you're trying to go up against the big dogs, you're going to lose.
You know what the big controversy is, Anthony? That the Saudis are the ones
Yeah,
that
well,
are
of course,
behind it.
of
That's the
course.
big controversy.
Yeah.
That's the big controversy.
If it was somebody else, if
it was fucking Warren Buffett putting
Yeah.
up the money for it,
no, you're right.
it wouldn't have the same fucking hatred. And like also the PGA, they're like, oh fuck, these guys are taking our and
But
then
I don't
so
know
the
why
way
that's a big issue. If like nowadays, in
Everything's
boxing
fucking-
and UFC, they're all
everything's
going
fucking-
towards the Middle
yeah,
East.
Everything's fucking dirty money because they got the money. Like
yeah.
and like,
But that's what I'm saying. Nobody makes a big stink about fighting
because
in
because
the Middle East or holding fights or soccer or the World Cup is in the Middle East. Like I just feel like the Middle East feels like this is their
it's
time.
because the PGA.
Like,
they got the money.
they-
man.
It's
they've
because
been-
the PGA is using that as like that's their scapegoat.
Terrorists.
That's their scapegoat. That's what they're gonna shoot with.
Well, I'm done with golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think football started
All right. Yeah, the 49ers are playing right now. I
They're
think
losing.
against the Falcons. Are they losing?
14-0 last I checked.
Oh man, we need Trey Lance. Anyways, yeah, that was our show. Kind of went long with golf.
Halloween costumes right now.
But yeah, guys, this was good. Anthony, before we close up, anything you want to say?
Man, it feels great to record again. I know it's
Yeah.
been a while. It's good to see you guys. I haven't seen you guys in a while.
All right.
It's good seeing Pat.
Yeah, good. He looks young.
Yeah, same.
Looks
Yeah.
fresh, despite the fact that he bumped his head on a mechanical bull, but he looks good. Peter, any last words?
Nah, man. Looking forward to Halloween party.
Yeah.
Halloween. Are you
Yeah,
gonna dress as Michael Myers?
I actually, no. You said not to say my,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't,
Costume.
no
but
spoilers.
I decorated the house pretty cool. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Like my new house, put all these goblins and
Hell yeah.
I turned my front yard into a cemetery. I don't know. I had fun with it. Like
Yeah.
it's your
You're a kid again.
yeah. I was all by myself. I'm like, ask the kids, you guys want to help me? And nobody helped me. I was
Oh,
you.
like, fuck
dirty.
you guys.
Fucking loser.
But yeah, I don't know. I like Halloween.
I do
The
too.
lights.
Ghosts
and
aren't
everything.
real.
I like this time of the year, man. It's like football,
Yeah.
Cool
Live-
weather, sweat,
Halloween.
sweater
Live
weather.
golf.
Halloween,
Hey, World Cup's
Thanksgiving.
gonna come up, dude.
Huh?
I'm so stoked about it in like December, right? I'm totally stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been following
You just said
soccer.
It's good
Soccer
times, man.
sucks.
I know.
It's good
I
times,
actually
man.
coach soccer. So.
fuckers. You guys, sometimes I feel like just for the sake of argument, you're like, I'm gonna jump on this and I'm gonna go hard just because like.
What?
fuck
I
that.
like soccer.
You said you.
International soccer, not fucking. There's 80 leagues and fucking everybody's
Yeah.
garbage.
Hey, no.
I like international. Go play with your country.
Yeah.
Anthony, without knowing
Oh, God.
anything about soccer, who's your
Name
team?
3 players.
No. Who's your team in international?
I couldn't even
It's
name you a
easy,
team,
dude.
bro.
USA.
International.
USA. Okay.
There you go.
go.
God damn it, Anthony! I threw you a fucking
Mexico.
meatball,
I don't
and
know.
You swang and missed. No, USA.
That's by
baby.
far the least sport I watch.
USA.
Like golf
No,
will sometimes
dude,
be
this winter we're gonna watch the World Cup because it's the first
Yeah.
World Cup in the winter,
And they're gonna be.
And
at
we're
night.
gonna-
They're
we're-
gonna be
yeah,
like overnight.
we're gonna watch it. We're gonna have fucking.
All right, let's do
We're
it.
gonna have fucking watch parties here.
Hey,
As long as there's
one
beer,
of my
I'm
memories
down.
came up. Not
Watch
too long
parties
ago
in the studio.
When we went to
Fucking
that
World Cup
Colombian
soccer.
bar. We're watching
Yeah, yeah.
Colombia against. I don't know who the fuck Peru or
Was
something.
it Peru or Chile?
Chile.
Definitely.
I think it was Chile.
Yeah, I think it was Chile.
And dude, Abel and I went into some straight up Colombian bar.
Yeah,
And they were
it was,
like,
it was great. It
they
was
were
the
giving
best thing
shots
ever.
to everyone. Everybody was in their
Yeah,
soccer. We're
it
the
was-
only
it was
ones not in a
fun.
Colombian jersey.
Yeah, it was.
I will say this: I'm gonna try to get an All Blacks jersey from New Zealand when I go there. There's like their big soccer
the
team.
Kiwis.
Yeah,
That's
the
what they
Kiwis.
are. Yeah,
I am gonna
Kiwis.
I'm gonna take my Cowboys jersey though for
Dude,
sure.
they're gonna embrace you, and they're gonna.
Represent.
You
Fucking,
look
they're-
Polynesian.
yeah, they're gonna give you a fucking tattoo.
when I come back all tatted, you're
You're
gonna
gonna
be
be
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, but that was our show, guys. We got into Cowboys, which was really good. We got into Live Golf and PGA Tour. Pat talked about Halloween. So, I mean, all in all, I think this was a great episode to come back. Hopefully next week we do have a guest. Hopefully next week we just have a show, period. But I want to get a guest in this studio because this is badass, Anthony. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
Like, you are the best. You won this Live Golf tournament, so you're the best.
Where my money?
Yeah. all that said, guys, this was The Middle's Open.
Peace.